probably out. Oh, there it is. Hey, I'm back. Sorry I'm late, as usual. Sorry. I had to get coffee, and I spilled coffee all over me, and now this one. Happy Friday night. I'm back. My besties are here. I saw my besties, Terry, Amir, the kitties. Somebody, it's in my thing. It says somebody wanted. I don't know if they requested a members live or it's the time to do one or something maybe. But I'm going to do one because we have a lot of members now. Because I get about 3 memberships every month. Hey Terry, hey Lauren, are you here? Do you want the link, Lauren? Do you want to come up? I was thinking I was just running out of time, but I was like, as soon as I get on Messenger, I can send it to you if you want it. Let me know. I mean, it's an open panel, but I want to at least get some stuff out of the way first. And I don't know. I said spirituality and addiction, but mental health is the main thing. That's what fuels my addiction is addictions. And then some of us have situational depression and all of it. You want to like, oh, thank you so much for coming up. Okay, I'm gonna send you a link to. Where should I send it? I'll send it to. You know what? Yeah, I'll send it to Instagram. Is that okay? Instagram, Laura? I hope so. Ooh. That way you just click on it and come right in. Just don't mind me drinking my soda this way. I hate that. I'll try to do it on camera. And let me send you the link. Oh, please don't fall. Where's my Miss Lauren? I look like I'm like. I feel like I'm. Oh, I got a new desk by the way. Oh, all right. Oh, they didn't leave me a message. Okay. There's a StreamYard link for you. Actually, I'll send it to anybody else. Well, just let me know. I don't remember how many historians. I can't remember Lindsay's. You can call her anything you want. Call her Lindsay or Jessica. I told her Jess. But I try to call her housewife historian, you know. And Lauren, do you have like I know you're on Instagram and you always like comment and making good stuff like, "Hi Erin, you're here." Anybody wants to come up and talk about this stuff, I appreciate it. The thing is, like, people ask me how I was able to stay clean this time. Like, I don't even know how I did it, but I do, kind of. But like at the time, spirituality wasn't something that anybody wants to talk about. It was like voodoo or whatever. I don't know what people think, but I mean, it's something happened yesterday, and it had to do with the new Earth and all. So I'm gonna wait for Lauren to come up and see what she wants to chat about. But I have a video for you guys. Basically, when I told you I started waking up in 2020, in January of 2020 to be exact, I told you Netflix had this show called Surviving Death, and I was watching Kate Casey, and she still does it, recommend shows every week, and that was one of them, and it was about near-death experiences, improving the afterlife. I'm telling you that I could feel my life shift that day. Like I sobbed the whole time, but I mean, I like literally I saw them. Well, the thing is, after that, I still started looking for more of them online, and I ran across the I Am prophecies, and then it led me to Dolores Cannon, which she was a hypnotist back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and past life regressions, finding out all of the things that happened to you before and after. Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Hey.
Good to see you. Miss Pris is here too. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Say hi, Aunt Krista.
Hi. Terry, look at that. I know, aren't they the best?
Terry, did you see Miss Pris?
Everything. I'm sure she did. Like
her and I are just chilling on the bed. I'm waiting for my Walmart stuff to come, so when they knock on the door, I have to leave you for a minute, but I can still talk.
I love it. I love the part. I love it so much.
I do the Walmart for my groceries because sometimes it's just a lot going up and down those stairs with arthritis.
Oh man. At least they bring them up to the steps. They bring them up the steps. That's amazing.
Well, I have there's 10 steps that go from the parking lot to my apartment, and that's it. And I live in a flat, so I don't have to do like up, down, around, all that stuff. So, but still, you know, a lot of bags and things are heavy, and it's dirt cheap, and it saves me, you know.
I hate I can't
saves
even
me
imagine.
Effort.
I can't imagine.
I'm sorry?
I can't imagine going regular grocery shopping. I haven't done it in 5 years.
Kill
I've been
me.
using this card since COVID. I'm telling you. Discovered it right before COVID, and I haven't stopped since. We have not grocery shopped in a right. I have never grocery shopped since then. I do it all online. And it's so easy because I just go to my orders, my old orders, I put this in the cart, and then I go through it, take them out, and there you go. But still, for
Well,
me and him, it's expensive. So
well, I mean, what I save shopping at Walmart and then I end up tipping the guy, it comes
yeah,
out about the same. But I don't care because it saves me time. It saves my poor hip and my poor leg.
I get
Oh,
for him.
oh, Miss Pris is getting fresh. She doesn't want me to pet her.
Oh no!
Say hi.
Oh my
Why?
god!
What's going on?
Where's that press? Meow. I
Meow.
can do all my cat's meows. Meow. I got
I
meow.
don't know if you could see her, but
Oh, I can see her. We
she's
saw her. We saw her
yeah,
perfect.
she's got her paw on my hand. She's like, I
Oh,
don't want to be pet. Stop it.
oh. Oh my
That's all
god,
right.
I don't know what's wrong with Sterling, but she's been in the same spot for 4 days. Like every once in a while, I think it's when she's in heat. She's on top of the fridge. She's been sleeping there for a week. She won't come down. Now she's on the table. And I can't. She'll love on me. Like I'm bring upstairs. She'll run right back down. I said, "What is wrong with you? What are you doing?"
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Well, Miss Pris is fixed, so I don't have to worry about that.
Can you work tonight?
No, I'm home. I'm off on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna go back in the office full
Yeah.
time. Like if Monday and Wednesday when I check in or whatever,
Yeah.
it's because I was working from home and nobody could see me on my phone.
Oh, okay.
And I figured even if I just say hi
I
and
know.
leave it running, that helps you,
It does.
right? Doesn't it? Is that how that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it
Like
helps
if
your,
you,
I don't know what it is, your algorithm, your ratings, whatever it's called.
yeah, there's a lot of things
So,
that I do that. Yeah. But yes, I
yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. I'm the opposite, like COVID, and I had to work from home. I
Yeah.
did it for almost a month. I wanted to jump off my balcony the first day.
Really? Why? Because you can't get.
Not literally, not literally.
Yeah, I know.
I,
Well,
no,
what,
no.
what you thought?
It's because I don't like being stuck indoors. I don't like it. Like if I'm sick or if I'm exhausted, that's one thing. But I'm not one of that's why I prefer to go grocery shopping. But I'm doing this now because I kind of need to. But I
Yes.
hate working from home. You want to talk about mental health and working from home? Some people love it.
Yeah.
Miss Pris decided that the chair next to me that she was going to sleep on it next while I was working,
Yeah.
and that was really nice. But then when she got up, I was like, "Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go?" And I'm just sitting there going like this. How much longer? Because I work in a call center, so and then I'm home alone. I feel disconnected from work, which I can't stand my job, but that's another story.
No, I was gonna say like,
Um, but and then I'm being home alone by myself. If that works for you, God bless you. Okay, there's no downside to working from home except for me.
yeah. I just
But
they,
my supervisor asked me to try it. She thought
yeah.
maybe the extra walking from like the extra driving, the extra walking might have aggravated my pain. But I knew that wasn't true, but I decided to try it anyway. I mean, I have a flare up or I don't. That's basically what it is. So,
Um. So I mean, see, like a lot. This is the thing. Like when I was younger, I was so codependent. I needed to have people around me all the time. I guess I don't know. And then slowly, like I don't know, the last 5 or 6 years, it's weird. Like even when I have a friend over, like you would think I want to entertain them a lot, right? But I
mm,
can't. Whenever I feel like I don't feel like entertaining. I have stuff to do. I have plants to talk to. I have cats. And it's like I don't want to like stop my day, and it's weird. Like I don't want to entertain, but I feel like that's a problem. Because even when I go out, just like through our window, like I'm like
I mean,
at home.
so it sounds like you're isolating. Instead of being codependent, you've gone the opposite way.
I'm the opposite, complete opposite. Like I am good, but then sometimes I'm like, this might not be that good actually. Like, what is it with me that I just don't want to be around people? I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I just doing things. I think my brain goes too much too, where I'm not really
Mhm.
there. You know.
When I isolate, it's because I don't feel well and or I'm depressed or I'm anxious and I just don't want to deal with anybody. I just don't want to be please and thank you and excuse
Yeah.
me and you know, or can I get you something to drink, whatever, hospitable, whatever.
Yeah.
I isolate when I just want to be miserable, or
Yeah.
whether or not I want to be miserable. If I
Right.
am miserable, I isolate because I don't want to explain myself. I don't want to make somebody else uncomfortable. Um, I don't want to talk about it, whatever. But if you're isolating a lot, that sounds to me like you know, a lot of anxiety.
Mhm.
You know,
Like I.
that's what it sounds like, because I mean you like talking with all of us all day every day,
I would do it all
so
day. I
you're
would,
a social, so you're a social person. You
yeah.
know, you do your live and you encourage people to come up and talk, and your lives go on for quite a while, so you
It's my
know,
only connection to friends, really. Like
and
I
I
give up.
and you know, I wonder if COVID conditioned some people to isolate, even
It gave
though
us
they weren't
permission.
trying to do it.
It gave us permission to do it. Is what it did. You
Yep,
know.
and then
So
it became a habit.
yep, and not making excuses of why I'm laying in bed. And that's the thing. I don't lay in bed. I can't. You see how I'm manic? I am like this from 3:45 in the morning till about a little bit after 2. But then sometimes I get an extra rush. Like I'm manic all day long. Like right now, technically I've been up way longer than a lot of people, so I usually get tired around 7 or 8. But
Hmm.
I don't sleep either, even when I go to bed. Last night, for some reason, I didn't sleep. I slept on.
Why
I was up
don't you
all night.
sleep? Oh, hold on. My
Um,
dad's calling. I'm just gonna hit decline.
okay.
Hold on a second.
I haven't. I've never been able like
Interrupt our stream to pick up. You just have
I
always
just
had
think
trouble
it's a waste of
sleeping?
time. I think sleeping and eating is a waste of time to me. It's just like stuff to do. I don't know what I have to do. I have to. It's weird. Like, and then another thing I realized, I can't sit still. I don't relax when I'm here. I don't even like. You would think I'm like out in my yard laying in my pool. No, I'm just laying there and I'm like, okay, I can't sit here. I gotta do something. Like I'm getting up. I'm doing something with the plant. I cannot sit still. I don't sleep. I barely eat. My mom, he calls me a rabbit. He's like, you eat like a rabbit. I'm like, I can't help it. It's like a waste of time. And that's why I know I
That's
get all
it.
messed.
That sounds like anxiety to me. That sounds like anxiety.
It is because I'm. It's always and
And you know, my thing was, you know, I'm scrolling on the phone, I'm
yeah.
eating chocolate, or I'm
Well,
watching
everything's important for
TV
the
or
job.
whatever. But my therapist told me a while ago, she said, you need to do something to relieve anxiety instead of just sitting still. And I'm like, I said, well, I pet my cat. And she goes, okay, well, that's a good start. But
It is. I mean, I think all my cats. Another thing too. I don't like to be away from them for more than 2 hours because I'm always
hmm
with them. They know that I'm gone, and the outside cats. They have air tags on them, but I still watch where they're at. Like I had to go pick up the air tag down the street the other day because Kobe decided he
uh-huh.
wasn't going. But like I get anxiety when I don't see them in the yard, and it's like weird. Like I know I can't live here for the rest. I can't just be here all the time, but I can. But I shouldn't do that.
Right.
But then where am I going? Where am I going?
Well, I'm the opposite. I don't mind leaving Miss Pris for a little bit because I have to leave the house and I can't take her with me, or the apartment, whatever, and I can't take
Mhm.
her with me, you know. And when I travel, I have a babysitter.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't traveled in quite a while. I haven't been able to, but the last couple of years ago when I went on a trip, my dad's girlfriend came over every day, not only to feed her, but stayed with her for a little while and played with her. So
Yeah.
she was home alone quite a bit, you know, most of the day and night, but she still had a visitor. She wasn't like, you know,
Yeah.
completely on her own. Um,
We used to leave for a week when we had one cat, but I don't know how we did that. We had somebody
something
coming over.
outside. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Somebody in their car or whatever. I've got the patio door open. It's like this really low bass rap
Oh,
thing.
it sounds like a freaking overhead speaker telling you like everybody stay inside. Like
I know, I know. Oh my God.
I get scared of that stuff. Like I don't. If that ever happens, I can't even think about it. But like I get it too. I should probably open the window. It's hot in here. It's weird. I don't know what to wear. It's like hot and cold. It's cold and then it's hot. I don't know. It's 60, and 60 to me sounds cold, but then I was free. I mean, it sounds warm, but then I was freezing all day. And I'm like, I'm wearing long sleeves. What the hell am I doing here? But it's like weird. It's like it's not everyone. And I'm telling you, you guys don't have to believe me now, but the sun has some solar codes in it now as of yesterday, and I could tell the difference. I was looking at it, and I could look at it with my eyes without blinking. I usually can't even look that way, like normal people. Are you there? Are you frozen? Oh, she's frozen. I thought it was me. I'm like, I'm just talking. What happened? Wait, did I go? No, maybe I locked up. Hey, Truth Seeker. Oh, there. And Lawrence, you can hear me. There's something. Go back out. Go back in. I don't know what it is. Like, it is anxiety. Like, I was in Uber yesterday, and me and Uber driver started talking. I should probably text him. He's on YouTube. How many people I meet when I get in the Ubers, the Uber drivers are on YouTube too. It's amazing. But he's like, you don't listen. You have to figure that out. It's pretty cool. His thing's called Legacy Talk, I think. I'm gonna find a link for him. But Lauren, where'd you go? Do you need the thing again? Hey, Truth Seeker, I'm glad you're here. Truth Seeker, your name is that's perfect because I've been waiting for truth for so long to become like disclosure, and depending on where your awareness is and your timeline, I'm on the most benevolent timeline all the time, but I'm focusing on the 3 AII list that's given us public technology, and I have a video. Yes, the other day I'm talking about New Earth and timelines and my guides and guardians stuff, and like the abilities. Like, I don't know if I got onto that, but like I have a fairy garden outside. I need my group people. I need my fairy garden.
I lost you. I'm sorry. I'm back. I lost you.
I thought you were like listening intently. I'm like, wait, you're frozen, aren't you? No, I didn't. I go on my thing, and I see them. I just look at it, but let me look at it right now. She wants to come up here. So what was earlier when we were talking about work and stuff, right? I haven't worked. I worked at a school before COVID, and then they didn't bring me back. But now I can't imagine going back to like going work. Like I worked at a mortgage company, but it was so fucked up. Like messed up. That was like the last job I had for school. So like I can't imagine if I had to get like I feel so like if something happened to Georgia, I'd be so screwed. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what to do. Like I'm starting to really get stressed. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I shouldn't even think about this. But I feel like I always need to have a plan because I never had peace of mind before. Like I didn't know my future, and I hate that. Like I think learning about the afterlife is what like helped me because I can't not know what's going to happen. Like I feel like I can control a lot of things, but not knowing what was going to happen after we, if that's even a thing anymore, we might just stay in these life bodies and have to. Did you go out again, Lauren? I don't know if she's going. Lauren, I can look right now. That truth. I'll put the link in there if you want to come up. Email me too. Because usually Friday nights people are crazy, and I don't mind people coming up, but not right now. I need to like talk about this first. And Lauren was talking about work before. Something was going on with her job, and she wants to talk about that. Like, it's not like I wouldn't do anything that would make enough money to make a difference anyway. Like, Now I see it. I'll send you my info. I guess I talk so much. I just want to are you there?
I think so.
Now you are, yeah.
There you are. Yeah, I had to.
Phone call or something, right?
I had to hit deny when I got a phone call, and then I got a text from Walmart that said you have a substitution, approve or not, and
oh gosh,
I didn't realize that it took me off of the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say she might got a call because that usually happens. Like it'll just be like.
Mm-hmm. So when they get to the gate and they call and I have to let them in, I'll be gone for a minute, and then when I get my stuff, I'll make sure I come back though. I'll make sure I finish the show.
What did you want to do? Something? Is there something you wanted to bring up and talk about? Like anything?
Well, I had another setback with the weight loss. I went to an endocrinologist to see if there was something going on with me that other than the food noise and the appetite that kept me from being thin. he did blood work and everything came back fine because I had some additional, the Italian, this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. But, and then it spread over here too. And I'm like, that's good for my dad, but not for me. And, he said that the blood work came back good, and with the weight loss, those issues should resolve. And I said, okay. Now I have sleep apnea. So he said, I'm going to try and see if this one GLP-1 will be covered by your insurance, because they wouldn't do it just for weight loss, but maybe because you have a diagnosable illness or whatever you want to call it, condition, whatever, maybe that'll be the exception. Well, guess what? They said no. They still said no. I think what it is the policy that my company has. They're just going to deny it. They have certain things that are just set up, and it doesn't matter, because they denied it. And then there's a Cusima or something, I don't know, and it's a appetite suppressant, and my insurance said no, that they weren't going to pay for that. It's a pill, and I could ask my dad to help me pay for it because he told me he would. But when I looked at the side effects of that thing, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to figure something else out, because one of the side effects was thoughts of suicide. And I was like, okay, no. Another one was numbness of hands and feet. And I'm like, yeah, no.
I mean, if you think about it, though, everything has. They say if one person in the trial throws up, they have to put that on the bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's
they
not
do.
like everything's going to have a bad. Everything we see is going to have something that we're like, oh, you hear it. They're like, da, 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 da. You're like, oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so I feel defeated and relieved at the same time, because it's not just a money thing, but these things really mess with your system. But I really need a lot of help because I have to lose a certain amount of weight so that I can have my surgery.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
and I was trying to be in a weight loss study, and I got provisionally approved. But one of my medications is Cymbalta, and some people take it for pain. I don't. I take it for depression and anxiety. But because some people take it for pain and you can't be on any pain medication, they disqualified me.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, because that was going to be not just extra money for me, but even if they didn't pay me, it was going to be the medication, So I feel relieved that some of these dangerous chemicals I won't be taking. And at the same time, I feel defeated. So, I'll tell you offline something else that I'm doing that I don't want broadcast on the internet. But
if you follow Dana's journey, something that happened with her with health. Like she started getting. She found out it was bloated. She was getting bloated everywhere, and that was a lot of her. And it's something with her endocrinology,
endocrine system.
Yeah. Like a lot of I mean, she's just really sick, but she's also losing weight from it. She's not losing weight, but she was like, I just was listening to her, and I'm like, man, that sounds like an immune deficiency, like immune deficiency.
Well, and she was doing it on her own too, which is dangerous if you ask me. She bought it from a pharmacy and she was doing it on her own. I would not do something like that unless I was under a doctor's care. That's just me,
Yeah, she was like doing all kinds of going across country and like doing all this stuff. Like, and then something happened, and it's like she feels defeated too. But like so like what do you have any plans? Like what now? What is there a way to? You don't want to do it unless the doctor approves it, right?
Well, I mean, the GLP-1s, my primary care, the obesity specialist, the endocrinologist, they all want to help me. It's the insurance. And then this other thing that's an appetite suppressant, that scares me more because I take Lamictal for migraine prevention.
Oh, geez.
It's an epilepsy drug
Yeah.
that a neurologist gave me for migraine prevention because I had 24/7 migraines. After I got the pain under control, this keeps me from having like a million episodes. I would have to come off of that to take this other one because it's like Topamax and phentermine, I think, is the drug, the combo. Yeah, for the appetite suppressant.
Oh, I have to take that.
And I'm like, you know, between the dangerous side effects and then coming off of a medicine that I've been on for many, many years, because of what was, because of this other one, because of something that's in this other one, I just said, you know what, forget it.
That's the one we used to call it the blue speckled egg. That was like our side. The one you said, that's like what we used to love to go to the eye doctor for. So I know what you're talking about. We're not. It's kind of illegal in Jersey now. They weren't allowed.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're in a situation like mine, though, I mean, I'd rather be fat than dead. Okay, so or put my life. And the doctor even said, he goes, yeah, with the appetite suppressant, there might be a slight interaction with the Cymbalta. And I'm just like, you know what?
I know.
Forget it.
I also wonder too, like all the stuff they were always. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it was for borderline. They gave me Haldol at the very beginning. I don't know if you remember what Haldol. The side effects, they stopped really giving me the side effects are all the how I move around all the time. I can't. And there was something with your mouth, like something with your mouth, like and stuff. And I literally, I was on it for like 5 years. And like now, I think it's like that is affecting my system. I don't know. I think my is rejecting everything. Because I stopped 3 years ago, which everybody's like, why would you do that? I'm like, well, they seem to losing my mind. I'm not, putting it away yet. You know what I mean? I think they try to keep us sick with these medications. I truly do.
Yeah. So, like I said, part of me is relieved and part of me is defeated. But, I have to do something that I can stay on. The GLP-1, I mean, if I come off of it, I'm going to get fat again. But I figured I would do it just so I could have my surgery and then just kind of take my chances. And it's the same thing with the appetite suppressant. So I don't know. Maybe there's something else that I can do to help with the food noise, because there's a podcast that I listen to, there's a Facebook group that I'm in, and all the talk and positive vibes in the world is great. But when your brain will not stop saying, you want that brownie, you want that ice cream, whatever. Sometimes you cannot talk yourself out of it. Sometimes I can. Yeah, sometimes I can. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, let it, they say, call a friend, go for a walk, whatever. So I do all of that, and then I come back and eat the ice cream. So.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have it too. Like I just ate a whole bag. I ate 2 big bags of like Sour Patch Kids, like the huge family size bags.
Oh, I love those.
I love those. And Georgie's like, "Do you mind?" I'm like, "Sorry." I'm like,
I love those.
I know. There's so, but listen, like, I really started to realize, like, I know this sounds cliche and all, but like, we truly do create our own reality. And like, a long time ago, I started writing like these positive things on my mirror. It was like, I'm telling you, I'm not the mirror, not always looking in the mirror. But it's anything that you're always looking at all the time, like, write on it. Take fucking chalk.
Yeah.
And write on it. And then it's like I've been saying this stuff back to myself. Like every time I have a negative thought or something about myself, I instantly change it. Like it's hard to do it. Like with your food noise, right? Every time you think about it, say the opposite out loud. Say, I don't want this brownie. 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 I don't know. Like that's the only thing I can, because I don't know. It's like talking to somebody that is an addiction. It's completely like the money with me.
Right.
No matter what I tell myself, no matter how much trouble it's going to get me in and how much I'm going to be, I still fucking buy some shit. Like, and it's like,
I get it. I get it. I know that writing, like journaling, helps with some of it more than talking. But again, sometimes it'll leave me, and sometimes it's that devil that sits on my shoulder.
And this one over
And
here.
and yeah, right over here. The angel's over here, the
Yeah.
devil's over here. And not literally, but I can hear the devil saying, not only do you want it, you want to eat the whole thing.
And he's like, it's not going to do it. One's not going to hurt you. Just do it. Just one. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
One more is
And,
not going to
and
hurt. Just one more.
yeah, and I know what the problem is. It's anxiety, it's not being happy in my life, it's being in pain. But even when I was in happier times, even when I used to work in TV and I made more money and you name it, I mean, it's still, and you know what? A lot of this started when my mother got sick in 2001, and I was slowly gaining anyway. And then when she got sick, all I had to do, Krista, was blink, and there was 10 more. Blink again, 10 more. And then when she was gone, that's when the binging started.
How long has it been?
23 years. She died April 2nd, 2020. I'm sorry, April 2nd, 2002.
And before that, were you always, like, do you think that triggered everything? Like, you're just being unhappy? Do you think you've never been able to process? I mean, I don't know how.
I mean, I had bad habits and I was chubby.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, I starved myself. And the weight came back because I didn't know how to eat properly when I stopped starving myself. But I was having one cookie with a cup of coffee, not like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying?
You ever think like maybe it's I don't think sometimes it's not it might not just be who you are, right? But if you get health, like if you're able to be healthy and heavier, but like but you also don't feel well, right? Like you don't. It's not like you're. I mean, because you go to work, like that's work. Like that's definitely work too. You know what I mean? I can't imagine like.
Well, and then when you're unhappy in your work, on top of not wanting to have to work.
What can we change? That all these things.
I'm sorry?
What is it
Yeah.
to actually change and fix?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole chain of things. And, being either unemployed or underemployed for the last like 12 years, my savings are gone.
Yeah.
So there goes that too. And it's just important. It's important to talk about. For me, I never talked about any of this publicly. Very few people
I would ask you without you wanting to be like, what do you want to talk about?
Very few people. Yeah, very few people, and I would talk about it just a little bit because I've had some bad experiences opening up to some people that were very, very hurtful. A family member who fat shamed me, and another family member, I gained weight taking a medication, and he said, well, you did this to yourself. It's all your fault. You're the one that decided to take that medicine. So, and then, everybody around me, my friends and family are not in this position. It's me. I'm on an island by myself. So,
I know. Like
the only thing that's going to save me, Krista, is winning the lottery. Because even if I got a sugar daddy, you got to do something for that money.
I know. Well, sometimes it's not that bad to do that. So I'm just saying, like,
depends on what you got to do.
I know. I mean, hey, I'm just kidding.
So I just felt like, that you're a safe person, and our friends who are in the chat are safe people to say, this is something that I struggle with, and if it helps someone, I'm glad. And anybody can, DM me on Instagram anytime you want if you need me for something. It makes me happy. I don't want to binge eat when I'm helping someone. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, do you feel like you like being on here? Like you like being up? Like sometimes this gets to the point where like this is an addiction, and it helps transfer the addiction over. Like to me, sometimes I like being up here and just talking to everybody. And I don't know if my situation. I don't know if it helps or hurts. I'm always complaining about what's wrong with me. But it's also like far. I come so far that like You don't know. I'd be talking like I talk to myself all day long. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah, but I
like
think it helps you. I think it helps you because you're being social. You
yeah.
know, maybe you're not leaving the house and leaving the cats, but you're interacting with people. And it's not just, typing in a message board or something. You're like physically talking with people back and forth, having conversations.
Why don't you do
You
it?
know,
Maybe this can
you
be
know.
could be something good for you to do. You're on your not just on your own, but like with me or like you're home, right? So if you're home, why don't you think about doing like a channel that get a community that wants to do the same things you want to do, like that have the same issues that you guys can talk about it, your medications and all, and try. And even if it's just a couple people, like at least you're on here. If you like being on the phone, you're at work. You know what I mean? I know you're at work, but like it's different here because
Right. Well, this is relaxing for me, honestly, to be sitting here with all of you
I know
because I feel like I'm being social.
you are.
I was out all day. I went to the other side of Atlanta. I'm doing a study, the COVID shot study. They
Yeah.
give you a little bit of money for it, and my insurance would pay for the shot, so that's not the issue.
Hold on.
But and then I came back and had some errands to run, and now I'm home. But a lot of my life when I'm not working is home because I'm not always very mobile. And then my friends have things that they do; they're not always available, etc. So it's just nice to. I feel like I belong to. I'm not just talking into the air.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sitting here with my friends chatting. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
some anonymous show that I just call in and ask my question and then go back.
You're so knowledgeable about Bravo. You're really knowledgeable too about Bravo too. Like you're really good. Like even if
Well,
you
I
just watch
know.
it, and you turned it into
Well,
whatever.
I used to know a lot more. I got tired of a lot of stuff. The only one I watch anymore is Beverly Hills, and I only watch it to see Erica.
Did you hear what?
Yeah, and then Vanderpump Rules in the Valley. Those are my obsessions. I could talk about those for hours.
I know. I'm like
You
dying
know,
right now about Erica.
but like Salt Lake City,
Mm.
I'm only watching this season because I'm waiting for them to do the crossover with Below Deck, and then I'll probably turn it off. It's this they're arguing about the same things over and over again, and that's all they're doing is arguing.
I
We're
know.
not
And it's
seeing we're
especially
not
about
seeing
the
them
job level.
doing I know we're not seeing them doing their jobs and
Mm. When have
whatever.
we
Oh, the
ever seen
Walmart
Heather
guy.
at work? When have we ever seen Heather at work?
Yeah, the Walmart guy might be here. Hold on a second, honey.
Okay.
Leaving the store soon. So the guy left the store and he's on the way, so I can talk for a little while longer. So I used to be a New Jersey know-it-all. And the first website that I wrote for,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to send it to you. I did, huh?
Here, did you? What? You used to have your articles, and then they would put your names above them, right? And you're like, "Is that you?" I swear I read your article before. I knew what he sent it to me.
No, I don't think I've sent you any of it. This was quite a while ago. In
Yeah.
2012, I was I was on a website called Celebrity Dirty Laundry, and it said on top of it, "Write for us." And I went, you know what? I think I will. And
Mm-hmm.
I applied. I did an internship. They taught me what to do, and I was obsessed with New Jersey. And so I did the recap, but then I came up with my own ideas, and my editor loved it, and it brought a lot of traffic to the website. I came up with my own ideas. I said Melania was little, and I said, well, Melania should have her own spinoff, and why? And
Oh,
because she used to crack me up. And I don't dislike Joe and Melissa, but I just don't find them interesting. And I was a Teresa stan, so I would go hard against everybody for her. But I got tired of Teresa after she got out of jail. I got tired of her, but I was still watching and I was still interested in her. And then when she told Danielle to pull Margaret's ponytail,
yeah.
and then Danielle caught hell for it, I said, "That's it."
I mean,
you
you
know.
can't really like support her and like reward her bad behavior and still support it because you think that's okay.
Right, right.
She thought everybody told her it was okay since she flipped the table, so she kept thinking getting older and acting like that is okay. No?
Yep. She was encouraged, you know. Did you see her on Celebrity Apprentice, Teresa?
I remember her being on it, but I liked her back then, so it didn't like register as anything that would like make me flip out. But she was smarter back then.
Yeah, she was before she got drunk with fame and money and whatever. But who was it? I think it was it Arsenio Hall? Somebody. They were doing this thing at like the oh God, I forgot the name of it, but it was Teresa was standing behind a table and somebody was going, flip the table, and the person next to him goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, that's what Teresa does. And then what did she do? She flipped the table. Probably everybody expected her to do that.
And she says all the time, people always ask me to flip the table. I'm like, you're 50 now. You know what I mean? It's not cute anymore. It's not cute. Nobody wants to be around toxicity. We're all driving, we're all PTSD stuff. Some kind of or another. Nobody wants to see violence anymore. And
she's only a little younger than me. I think she's like a year or 2 years younger than me. So yeah, that got old. But
and then her friends acting like that. She got Jennifer like hitting Danielle basically. Jennifer, it's okay. Just Teresa does it.
Yeah, but I got tired of all that, and I never liked DC. I never liked Potomac, Miami. I just, I started watching them, and I went, oh no, I'm not. I don't care. And Salt Lake, I only watched a few episodes, and I said, this is some crap. And then the only reason I watched the second season was because the news broke about Jen Shaw being arrested, and I went, oh my God, I got to see this train wreck. And then they dragged it out until like the middle of the season, remember?
Yeah.
And then finally the drama, I was just like, oh my God. And then Lisa with her, how many attorneys does she have? I'm shaking. I'm physically shaking.
Oh my God, what do you think's happening?
I know.
Call me back, like Lisa.
And then I know. And then I watched season 3 to see the aftermath with Jen. And then that ended up being a big letdown. And I said, forget it.
Well,
and now
she told everybody she wasn't guilty the whole season.
I'm sorry?
She just kept saying, no, I'm not guilty all season, just through the end of it to be, I'm guilty. Like,
right. She was saying how she's not guilty and she didn't do this and on my life. And I thought about suicide and I thought about this, that, and the other. And then at the 11th hour, she turns herself in.
Well, you know what? When you're sitting there with all of the fucking courtroom and your husband and the evidence comes up of what you did and there's no lying about it, how do you think that? I don't know how he didn't leave her. You made that man think that you weren't lying, and you walk into a court and embarrass him and make a mockery of that court for all this receipts to come up on your ass. No one is going to happen. She didn't plead guilty till the very last night. She had no choice. If they didn't do that to her, she'd still be saying she wasn't guilty.
Right. Well, she's probably telling everybody behind bars that she's not guilty, and she just said that. She probably just said that. She's probably doing that. Who knows?
Mind over like the black eye thing. She was calling Dana from prison. I can't believe she's saying that. Like, I'm so afraid of Jen Shaw. Oh God, I'm so afraid of her. I had to lie about my black eye. Bitch, you should have just said you had to have the door then. Don't even say anything about it. If that's what you were doing, protecting her because you were afraid of her or whatever. And
right.
You're having a black eye from her. Why do you just say you hit yourself in the head? I don't know. Don't say anything.
It was easy to make. You're 100% right. It would be easy for her to just say, we were all drinking. I slipped and I hit my face on the counter in the bathroom. She didn't have to.
Actually, no. I mean,
she didn't have to do all that. She didn't have to go through all that. I don't know. I think she was looking for attention. That's why she did that.
The 8th house like told her to do it. And then
but I'm surprised too that Coach didn't leave her, unless he's just one of these people that's like, I made a commitment and that's the end of it. Because what's his name? MC Hammer, when he blew all that money, all those millions, his wife stood by him the whole time, and they're still married.
I know. It looks like she didn't need the money, first of all, that she didn't steal that money. She made a commitment to him and her family.
Right.
Every day that she walked
Right.
out of the house, she looked her kids in the eyes and chose to be a friggin' fraud. You knew it was not going to sustain your life. You cannot sustain a lifestyle like that. It's not sustainable.
Yep.
She always in trouble. She got greedy. She got caught. And she could have just, like, stopped when the judge told her 5 years ago to stop doing it. She kept doing it.
She got caught up in it and got addicted to it. She just got too far. She's in too deep.
How do you pay for somebody else's birthday? This is what I don't like about Coach. He knew that Angie and her husband paid for that party, this birthday party, whatever.
Yeah.
Jen Scott actually was able to talk her husband into believing that another man and his family were going to pay for your motherfucking birthday party. What in the world is wrong with him? Why would you say? And then they say, "Oh, Jen told me to pay for it." Why would you believe that? Why would you be okay with that? No.
Well, don't forget too. He's very self-absorbed because she kept saying, "You're never here. You're never here. I want you to be here. Our marriage is falling apart because you're never home." You know, he's so self-absorbed and absorbed in his work being a coach.
Yeah.
You know, and he took that job to be close to her, to be home more. Didn't he have another job and he quit that to be near her? Or he had some other job.
Like when her dad died, probably didn't post her. That's when she says, "Oh, you weren't there."
I don't remember. He had a career before he was a coach, and I forgot the reason.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's right. And I don't remember if he took the coaching job for because it was more interesting, or if it was going to keep him home more or something, and it ended up not working out like that. And you know, maybe she was filling a void with this, doing the scam.
They said she was kind of like a good wife before that. Like she was a very dedicated, I guess, Mormon or Muslim wife. And I think something in my, all right, see, I don't think this was who she was before all this money. Like, I really do believe that she was a good wife, a good mother. And like, it was probably like, to think about doing what she did would probably like, oh my God, I would never do something like that. But then I feel like, I don't know if the show made her think that she needed more money. But like, I don't get it. Like, we're not really caring about what your dollar signs are. There's some nice stuff, but you don't need more of it. Like, we see you have nice stuff. Why do you have to?
But wasn't she doing that? She was doing that before she joined the show.
Yeah, but I don't think she was frauding people. I think she was in the business for a long time, but I don't know if she was. Maybe she was, but
I don't know. She had that business before the show, but I don't know where the fraud part came in. If it was from the beginning or if it turned into that. But that's what's happening with Teresa. She's addicted to the fame, and she thinks she's, you know, this, that, and the other, and that's what happened to her. And I'll tell you something. I used to work for a large retailer in their call center, and I took a call from somebody who's from New Jersey, and I was the address was Franklin Lakes or something. And I said, "Oh, do you know Teresa and Joe?" And he goes, "Actually, I do." And I went, "What?" He said, "I'm Joe's cousin."
Oh, no shit.
He said, "I'm Joe's cousin." And if you watch the episode with the christening, I think he was like the godfather or something. He was, I forgot his name. Oh my God, I forgot his name. And I go, "Oh my God." I said, "I'm nosy. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?" He goes, "No, you can ask me anything." He said, "No, you can ask me anything you want." And I said, the Teresa that's on TV, is that really her? Oh, the front gate's here. Hold on. If I lose you, I'm going to come back. I want to tell you the rest of the story, honey. Hold on.
I'll be here. We'll be here. Don't worry about it. You can even just put the phone down if you want, or put on hold or something. I forgot that she was like, I don't see. I love when my friends like Teresa because I don't, and it just gives me. It just, you know, I can go on and about her, but like, I love the fact that we're just in here chatting. Like, this is what I wanted to do. And no, I mean, I always talk about the other stuff too, but I just love hearing from Lauren. And I love talking Bravo too. I mean, see, like earlier, we could start with Bravo and then we end up with something else. But like at this point, I'm not going to worry about it. And that's what that guy was saying. He's like, "Stop trying to control everything. Just relax. It's your channel." I'm like, all right. And I said, I know. And I said, being late is my biggest problem. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's embarrassing to tell you how long it takes me to just get something. And it's the anxiety. I procrastinate. And I never used to be this way. I mean, my hair does take a long time. But even before that, I would procrastinate. And being late has to do with how long it takes me to get ready. And it's just so ridiculous. Because I've never been able to get up and go to work. Like, remember when was up and Adam in the morning show? We literally were there, but like he was started at 9:30. So I had my hair and makeup done by 9:30 in the morning. I can't even imagine how I did that. I watched the shows back. I'm like, how did I look like that? I mean, maybe I did less. I don't know. I've always had my hair. I've done my hair and makeup since I was 12 years old. I was like a little 12-year-old running around with eye makeup on. You know what's funny? I never knew how to do my makeup. I would watch my stepmom when I was like real little. I watched her do her makeup. I used to love watching her. She's so pretty. Like it was lip liner. Remember the mascara with the pink and green top? They still have it. Like it's Maybelline. She always had that, but it was blue. She had blue eyeliner. She always laughs me tell the story. A dark red lip liner, and my mom used to do it too. But I would watch her do makeup, and I listened to do my makeup. I loved it. And then so we were walking the boardwalk, and there was a bookstore. And I went to the bookstore, and there was like a bookstore that had to do makeup. A book had to do makeup, and I was like, oh, I have this book. I had this book when I was 12, and it had like all these like remember when you go to curling iron and have like the pictures that show you how to use your curling iron, but you would see like the girl. Like I went through the whole book, learned how to do my makeup, and I've been wearing it ever since. But she was, and then her and my mom, I used to watch them in the morning, get ready for work and stuff. But yeah, Linda and my mom, they're still really pretty. And then neither one don't really wear makeup now, but Chipotle. We just got one in our town. Yeah, I started the makeup, and then I wasn't doing my makeup with my eyes. I don't contour. But see, like when you're doing your hair and makeup for so long, and then like the styles change, I wasn't really keeping up with it. But when Zach comes home and brings his girlfriends around, I realized how uncool I am. So they think it's cool again. So even though he's not allowed to have girlfriends, but he has one. But I told you, man, remember Danny how upset I was when he wasn't expecting. Now I don't want to believe. I don't know where he's upstairs, I think. But he doesn't have a girlfriend as far as I know. But like, I love me. I don't know. I was gonna tell her with the cat. Like now, I would leave because I trust Zach's cat. I don't even trust George with my cat. If we go on vacation together, I'm just saying I would leave Zach with the cat. And I also realized, right, I'm always afraid they're gonna run out the doors, the ones that are inside. But then there's a couple times where it was so windy here, the back door flew open, and I'm like, I go down and I hear it, and I leave them on before I run this door, but I realize they're all sitting on the inside of the house, staring at the fucking door. Like they ain't going nowhere. Like they don't want to leave. So it's like a good thing. Now I feel more comfortable with the doors, but they don't want to leave the house. Sterling's never really. She was only a couple months old when I got her. She was outside, but she's not the cat. And all the other cats, I don't really believe they were outside cats because they all came in pretty easy. And the ones outside, they come in for about 2 minutes and they go back out. And they love me out there. That's why I want to play this video for you guys. There's a lot of information, like the new stuff newer. It's only 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes, and if the girl, like I was saying earlier, Dolores Cannon was a QHHT hypnotist, and she went back, started doing it in the 60s, and she made it to where she could hypnotize people. Not come in. I think I'll put the door open. Come on, the door open. Come on. Come here, kitten. Come here. Which one is it? Which one is it? Oh, come on. Come on in, Mama. Come here, Mama. Come here. That's my papa. You can come in. Hold up and stand on top. Okay, hi. Here. She loves her. Come here, Mama. Come here. What are you doing, crazy lady? Dude, this is funny. So I gotta play this freaking video for you, and you're gonna understand why I'm losing my mind about this song with the cat. Come here. She'll come up here. Hi. Say hi, Mama. Say hi, everybody. They're over here. What are they doing? Oh. I love her so much. What's she doing, Mama? Let me say hi to your face, though. I can't see your face. I how freaking cute she is. I how goddamn cute she is. I want your face is so freaking cute. She was so little when I got her. She is the kitten. But she was so little, I thought she was going to sit under the door. But as my neighbor was like, oh, your cat got out. He's calling me. He's like, I got your calico cat. And I'm like, okay. She had to go let her Walmart in. Let her Walmart here. Let me see if I can see your face. I'm going to see your face. You're such a cute. Like literally, I love my cat. But gonna Walmart in. There you go. This is Riley Murray. Anyway, I go, why are you anybody? He goes and hands me this cat. I go, it's not my cat, but I'll take her. I was like, I'll take her. She's telling her mom. He came here looking for me. She just got the wrong house. Well, she got a little bit lost. She has the air tag too, which she takes them. It's like I put air tags on them because I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose them. Yeah, he's generally not. I used to think they love you. He loves her so much. She bites my nose all the time. But anyway, so this is a video. It's an interview, right? But it's like Dolores Cannon, but this is hypnotherapy in the 50s and 60s. She started getting clients, so they didn't know each other, but she found a way to get to their subconscious and speak to that, which is your higher self, instead of you in the dream state or something, right? And what was happening is she was going back and never going to past lives, which they were like, if you watch it, you notice they're not lying, but it's to the point where like she's finding out all this wealth of information. So what started happening was beings started to come through. Beings started coming through. Like, and I mean beings like from other galaxies, which I want to call them the Greys, but they get a bad rap, so we'll just say other beings. I don't like to say we're alien. And they were saying, hey, here's a, we've been waiting for you, but anyway, this goes on for like 40 years. She read 19 books, which I read all of them. And what she was talking mostly about was the cosmos, the Great Awakening, which she's not here any longer, but she said it's been predicted all to happen around this time. Oh, fucking cute she is. Her eyes are green. So basically, I'm reading her book, and she's talking about star seeds, the second wave volunteers, which is so dope. And what she found out was that after the atomic bomb went off, call went out to the universe. What was the guy's name? What's the store's creator or whatever? And Earth was in trouble because Earth was in trouble, and we needed volunteers to come in, hold the light, and raise the light, raise vibration. And 3 waves went. And I believe my grandma's first wave, I'm second, and I don't know if there's a third of my family, but it doesn't need to happen anymore because what we went to do allegedly came to do with Pat Tabor. And we didn't even know really how it was going to change or how this reality, like how we were going to be able to fix this and not have any wars and have peace and all that. But what she said just started to come true. It just happened naturally. Like we raised our vibration enough. Enough of us came here to wake up. Like I don't know. Like apparently it's my first incarnation as a human. It's so hard for me to be here. A lot of people have like autoimmune diseases or star seeds because they're not used to Earth energies. And I was going to ask Lauren if she ever went like in the natural route too. Because like I told you guys, this planet, our bodies, our carbon bodies, and our light bodies right here, we are made to live off the earth. We can eat our food. It's our plant medicine. Our lumber, so we're not homeless. Electricity and Wi-Fi in the air. To access our technology. Technology isn't all bad, but all natural is also not all good either. So like there's a balance. But anyway, calling out the universe, we came here, and a lot of they start saying a lot of us don't believe that thing. Don't have kids. They didn't want to have kids, which that was my thing. I didn't want kids, but mine was because I chose to have this addiction and mental illness. So when I say like spirituality is what changed it, I'm not gonna say it got me sane because I didn't know yet, but it did trigger something in me that night, and I do believe it. I went over to the other side, which again, as far as I don't remember it, and I think I don't want to because I think they said it would be too traumatizing for me to remember. But it was just change that I needed. Like my soul was tired, and I don't know how long I did. I only had this for that long, but such chaos, man. And like it's weird because I think it's so mad at my parents and my dad is the way that the people that would be around us. Like just the constant fighting and the drugs and drinking, like, getting all stressed. Like I'm a little kid getting stressed out about being in something. Why should I be worried about crashing in a car? People are drinking and driving. You know what I mean? This stuff, and it's like I'd be so mad at my dad with the way that they would act. But then I became the addict, and then Marine lived next door. And we did nothing but they were drinkers, and like I'm still doing my weed stuff. It was like we put those kids through hell. Like when they're bad now, I look at them and just don't yell at them. It's our fault. It's our goddamn fault. Like we did this. Like I ended up being like the mom that did the shit that my parents did, And I'm like, you know what? This is awful. Because I'm thinking they don't know anything. They don't know what they're like. They don't really realize what's going on. You know what I mean? And I feel so guilty now because it's not my fault. They're not my kids. But I mean, it's not like it's like now I can't stop the train. And I love you, Marine. You know that, but you know. And another weird thing with Marine is she's my other half of my soul. You know, like M was the other one half, and Marine's the other half. Like I'm telling you, two people in my life that aren't my husband that are a part of me basically. So it's like definitely sisters. But anyway, it's just so hard to watch somebody do something like when you know how it feels. Like it's so fucking hard to be on planet Earth. And I always get mad. Like I don't get mad at these people. I don't get mad at their addiction. I get mad at what causes it. Like I get mad at her mom's murder that happened when she was 10. Like her mom was murdered when she was 10. Like top hell of her road rage. And it was so jarring, you know. And every person in her family has been tried. She's like, why is my life one big tragedy? I've tried to explain like spiritual reasons, and just like how do you tell somebody that every 13 aunts and uncles called back from drugs or killing themselves or murder, and the last one just being a couple years ago, like in the hospital. You know, she's the last one left. So she drinks, and it's like I love her to death. I don't know why I wish she would stop. But she's not. You know, it is what it is. Like I can't. How do I sit there and say that to somebody when I was an addict for so long? I lose the grace when I get to the kid part. I love her kids. They're like my kids, and they're such good kids. But it's like when things are going wrong, I know that they're not. Because like Kaden curses all the time. He's like 11. It's like that's. I'm like, shit. And I try not to laugh because it's funny because he's such a little man. He's like baby daddy over there, right? And he's just he shouldn't have to be that way, but like he's just so freaking smart. Like just the cursing though, I can't. I love these kids. It's like I feel now I'm like thinking to myself like, oh my god, like that's irreparable. I'm 47. I'm now just getting over shit now, you know. And the person that was talking to me the other day, the Uber driver who has like a very inspirational channel, and he's like, and he called out my problem right away. I'm like, and I'm practicing trying to listen. I didn't realize I wasn't doing that, and it's only because my brain doesn't stop. Like I'll hear something in the middle of a sentence that somebody will say, and it'll trigger me to remember something, and then they're like, "Well, write it down." I'm like, but then it gets to the point where it's like that conversation is over, and it's like that point was like way back there, and I feel like it's not important. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't explain. I was trying to explain it to him because I'm like, I don't know what my problem is. I can't get like my views are down, then they go up and they go down. I said I know it has to do with scandals and stuff like that, and whatever the story is. I said, you know, I can't even get like a steady like. I don't know. Maybe, and I think it's like the time thing for me. But anyway, as far as spirituality, like so I've got all Dolores' 19 books, right? For the last 5 years, I was listening to them, not preaching. Have you heard the good news? Like that, I want to do, but I'm like, you know, I'm just waiting for disclosure, or like waiting. And it's all diet, right? Diet chat. Every series is on there. I watch every single episode. I went from learning about the afterlife to how does it work, science, and the beings, how are the beings connected to the spiritual realm. The aliens are higher dimensional than us. All the lower dimensional ones are not here any longer. They're all benevolent, and they're all been more benevolent than us. So they want love. We are one step away from the love. We're actually in it now, where our planetary system is. But now we're getting all these love rays and stuff. But we needed it. We needed a little bit of help because what they were saying was our timelines are moving so fast, and that people's timelines are bumped up in each other, and it's like it's causing a lot of stress. But I know you guys are probably like, what is she acting talking about? I didn't know how it was going to work either. Okay, there's such things they're called medicine. Okay, you know, we've had them for a long time. How do you think that's just not accurate? Costs a lot of money. They usually offer whistleblowing a lot of that kind of that and money just to keep their mouths shut. The thing is, that technology should have been here a long time ago. So like I said, this planet wasn't made for this. It became a school, but we're here to like, you know what I mean? Like you can lose your memory. Good night, babe. You know, you can have the memory wipe, and then you learn how to find your way back. But like, you're not doing that anymore. Guess what, guys? Karma's over too. In this reality, I'm going to play a video for you to understand what I'm saying. In this reality, all things are possible. So what we have is we had two timelines that were next to each other, where there's one possibility or the other. Like, okay, possibilities, I mean, like, I'll marry this guy or this guy, or I'm going to quit my job or stay home. Like, anything you put any real thought energy into, you create it. So you put so much thought energy into the negative side, that's usually going to happen. You put thought energy in the positive side, that's going to happen. I'm just starting to learn this now. But something happened yesterday, man. Like in that sun, I felt my hands were tingling, my hair, our hair and our nails are antennas, where the outside electrical field around us, which causes spirituality, which causes our energy field. It causes our how we move, how we like our just our moods all together, and how we act, and how our reality works. We could all be living a different reality, which is fine. Like just because I'm in 5D doesn't mean someone else wants. If they don't want to be, they don't have to be. Like you might perceive something, perception. You might perceive something completely different than me. That's your reality. Like with three AI lists, there's three possibilities with it. It all depends which one you focus on. There's one that's completely benevolent and it's causing the love rays and all that peace in the Middle East and all that. You focus on that. That's the benevolent timeline. The other middle one is like fourth and third and fourth dimension where you're still working out your shadow work and stuff. And people don't want to listen to this, don't want to be in that part. And that's what I'm saying. The people that don't care or listen to this, that's where you live in that 3D reality. You can stay there. The earth's splitting. And some people just aren't ready. They don't want to hear it. Like to me, it's literally how it's like, why would you want to be anything else? Like, why would you want to be sitting around thinking that that's it? Like after this, that's it. And, like listening to a guy that's all dressed up in front of a place where it's all dressy and you're gonna get dressed up every Sunday just to talk to source and just to get like pray. I pray. I still believe in Jesus. Still believe in God. Same thing. Spirituality is not a religion. It's just how the universe works. And that's why all of us are so completely confused all the time, because we were taught nothing but lies. And that's the case. Like when you find out like this, okay, you guys know it's all about the orbs and the drones and stuff. How do you think that shit, like how do you think those orbs work? And they call it magic, but it's not. It's the universe. Like the electricity. It's just how like it's crazy the technology. I mean, we are the very lowest of the like we are the stone ages of people. I mean, just think. I remember in high school, they would tell us we're gonna have phones one day where you can see the people's faces. And I thought that was like out of this world, crazy Jetson shit that would never happen. And look, I a couple years ago, I'm like, oh, now I don't even know how to hold the phone up to my ear. I do it. I'm like, this is annoying. I don't want to do this. But with spirituality, like I'm telling you, I focused so much on learning about this. Like I thought I was so book stupid. I really did. I thought like I can't learn. Like I couldn't retain anything. I don't think that's horrible. But then like my subconscious was protecting me from lies. Because once I learned about Dolores Cannon, all you had to do was teach you once, and I'm just like, I mean, I retain it so well. The reason we're not to have all this information at once is because our consciousness can handle it for free. We are all at one, by the way. I mean, I know that sounds so, you're gonna have to live with it. We are all one. We are all one. But like yesterday was Dolores kind of died, right? Other people told me over her work. A lot of people learned to do what she did. Some people teach classes, her daughters into it. This other girl, Sarah, she's been doing her the hypnosis since Dolores passed away in 2014, and she has done an interview the other day. She has a whole bunch of books out. I had some of her YouTube stuff. She did an interview with a guy named Dr. Michael Galloway, who was into disclosure and stuff. And she was talking about focusing on the 3AI, and it's your intentions, whatever. But like what I heard yesterday morning, it literally was one of those other days. Like the first day this happened was when I found out. Like I started back waking up, like, oh my god, like it's like old memories coming back that you didn't know you had. And I don't, like you remember them. It's just like, oh my god, it's right. And there's a lot of different perspectives. This is all perspective, by the way. Just because I look at it and I see there's 109, I'm telling you, I keep telling you, I see 109 all the time. And that's my birth angel. It's Minnie, Minerva. You guys call her Minerva, Minnie. I was born at that time. So, and I've seen it my whole life, like 11. I never see 11. That's the equivalent to it. Plus your angel numbers. If you see the 2333, if you see that all the time during the day, I mean, that just means your angels are telling you that they're there. But if you think about the thought you're having at the time, it's usually a validation or something like that. But I do the pendulum. But all the things I learned, and it's like one that literally dying. I mean, a lot of people that have NDEs, they come back as their mediums. That's kind of how it works. Like we are born, our bodies and our souls are born that way. So that's why when they go over there and they come back, it happens. Hello.
So I thought that Walmart was here with my stuff because the front gate thing rang, and they're not here still. And I called Walmart, and they're like, "Oh, they're still on the way."
That happens
So
with my Uber Eats all the time. It'll take 2 hours to get by McDonald's, and they're like, "Oh, it
I
got
know.
stolen. It got stolen." Who stole my Big
Oh,
Mac?
oh,
I use Big
jeez.
Mac. But I have to take the meat off it though. But I still eat it. I want the
Well, well, let me tell you my Teresa story real quick before they get here. So I'm working, so I'm talking to Joe's cousin, and I said, "Is Teresa really like that?" This was in 2019, and he said, "Well," he said, "she was never like that until the TV show." And he said, it's apparent that she can't tell the difference between being on the show and not being on the show. That the Teresa you saw in season 1 is who she really is. So that means that, her addiction, the fame, the money, but then, the thing with Joe and the and the fraud and whatever, that was going on before they even joined the show, so you can't blame the show for that. And the cousin told me, he warned Joe, he said, "Do not go on TV and to be talking about your bankruptcy and this, that, and the other." He said, "Do not do it, do not," and they did it anyway. So his family was like looking out for him and her, saying, "This is a mistake, this is a mistake." But they decided to do it.
His brother should have never allowed him to use his identity. He should have got a goddamn American citizenship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he should have. And I read later that his parents were pushing him to get his citizenship, and he just never did it. It's stupid.
4 days old. You should have just did it. Like, he's now 50 something, and he's like, now look. You know what I mean? They don't think ahead at all.
No, and I mean, and his parents did, and his brother, they all got their citizenship. They were like, "We live here now," and he's married to an American woman. Why don't you want to get your citizenship?
Especially
but
drive and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he does look just like his brother, and it worked for a long time until you got in trouble.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. He got caught, and his brother shouldn't have let him do it, though.
No, it wasn't a secret. I mean, it wasn't a secret whatever he was doing, and it wasn't a secret on the show that she literally had cash on her at all times.
Right,
and
right.
Joe did push her to have that money thrown in front of everybody. They did try to make her, they made her do that with that shopping trip, and that was the worst thing ever done.
That was I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when she had that money all fanned out and she was like counting it like this. I was like, what? So a friend of mine that I work with at the time, when that was on, and he's from New Jersey, and he said, "Lauren, that's a mob thing." And I said, "All cash?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I figured. Well, not that I figured, but I had heard that." And he said, "These people that you're watching on TV are mixed up with the mafia." And he said that area that they live, her handing $120,000 in cash for that furniture. He said if they're not involved with the mafia, there's something crooked. And he was right.
And the thing is, The Sopranos, that's Mr. That is Caroline and Albie, right? And that's Christopher and Adriana. That is and Teresa's involved them in the very beginning. And it's not a secret what happened after Kim D's mom.
Right. The Walmart people are here. Hold on, honey. I'm gonna try to not lose you. 1 second, because they just knocked on the door. Okay. Because I want to tell you something else I found out too.
Yeah.
From my chiropractor, who's from New Jersey. Hi.
Sorry, Donna.
That's okay. So here's my number. It's 4551.
4 5
1.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, Krista, I'm still here. I'm putting the phone down to pick up my bags, but I'm still here. I didn't lose you.
That's like I was like talking to the guy. I'm like, you're too close to my friend. You're too close to my friend's face. I don't like my guy being too close to her. I don't like that at all. It's weird to me. I don't see when they drop off my food. I don't see them. That's even worse for me. Like I should not do that. I shouldn't leave things. I mean, I don't know good shit, but like I just sometimes I forget. And it's out there for like hours. And then I say, hey, I'm like they're waiting for me to tip it. They're waiting for me to say everything's okay. Yeah, the views are going up. Remember, I think the like thing and it's really helping. I can't believe that I fucked myself up. And I gotta talk to that. Like, it's nice to say that. Like, I did it. I always said I did it because I want to, and I said if I get monetized, it's monetized. Now I feel like I'm disappointing somebody.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'll put my groceries up in a minute. But so when I was talking to Joe's cousin, he was like, we warned them not to go on TV. And then all of this exploded. I guess they got, you know, he didn't say addicted to fame and money or anything. He just said they enjoyed doing the show. And he said that the christening was as wild as it was on TV. He said it was in real life. That wasn't all like editing magic.
No,
it was.
And it's always been who they are. And it sucks. It just sucks that like it's always been so contentious, and like Teresa tried to act like it wasn't, and that was Joe's biggest problem the first goddamn episode. You're not talking now. And that's what she's always done, backstage in front of the camera.
Well, and you know what too? He didn't oh, here's a baby again. Say hi, baby.
Oh, baby, you missed my baby while you were going to. Where you at, Princess Pussy? Where is she?
I'm trying to get her in the picture for you.
Don't be sissy face, pretty baby. Be pretty.
Oh, I was trying to get her in the picture for you, but it didn't work. She's still laying on the bed. So yeah, he said, you know, Joe and Teresa, that's not how they really are, especially Teresa, that, you know, she's lost touch with reality. He's still him, you know. It was Teresa that was the one who changed. And as far as the mafia thing with the Manzos, so my chiropractor's from New Jersey. So I told him, I said, are you watching Real Housewives of New Jersey? He goes, no. He said, but I know that area. And I said, okay. And I said, do you know anything about Tiny Manzo? and he said, well, he said, I remember seeing that in the paper when he died. He remembers reading the headlines. And when Tiny got killed. So Tiny was naked in his trunk, and his penis was cut off and stuffed in his mouth.
That's my bit.
He said right. He told my chiropractor, he told me, he goes, that's a mob hit. So he said if Tiny wasn't in the mob, he had some kind of association. And that's the dangerous thing that Carolyn was trying to explain. She said, no, we're not involved with the mafia. Well, maybe she didn't know her brother-in-law was. But
she's absolutely aware of absolutely everything that goes on. Like, what the problem is, there's no such thing as the mob anymore. It's the mob mentality. They still act as if. So nothing ever. Oh, so cute. What are you doing, Miss Sissy? Look at me, Prissy. Oh, I love countess. I love them. It's the only one I don't have yet. I call them countess, but they're not. She's a tortoiseshell, and the other one's not a countess either. I forget what.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's not Carol. It's not a secret. It's just the mob mentality, and they obviously you don't know because you're not supposed to. That's why you don't know about them because they keep their mouth shut. But Tommy decided to get emotional and act out of character that they were never going to talk about why. Look what he did.
Well, you know, it's that Italian macho thing, you know. That's the thing with that's the thing with Tommy, is that Italian macho thing. And Joe even admitted it in an interview, that the way he treated Teresa, that's what it was. It was that macho thing, and he said he was wrong to treat her like that. But
I'm surprised that she left him. I'm shocked.
I'm not.
No?
I'm not. And I'll tell you why. Because if her mother hadn't died,
Yeah,
she might have stayed.
I know. And the thing is, that's the one thing where I can tell she still has a soul, because it affected her that badly that she left her husband. You know what I mean? That she didn't leave him.
Yeah.
And I say that she's too loyal. It sucks that she's so loyal and just do anything. But like, to me, I'm like, okay, well, she actually could think deep and have like, that'd have been hard. That had to be hard, even though she wasn't around and she didn't have to sign some paperwork. I guarantee they never had an emotional conversation about it. I don't think she can go deep. Like watching Special Forces, well, I didn't watch Special Forces, but from what I heard, what she was talking about, she cannot go deep with anybody, not even like, I don't think Jada. And they tried to explain to ask her what she did with the first conversation she had with her mom. Nothing. I mean, you get nothing.
I agree with you. I agree with you. She might feel deeply, but as far as communicating, no.
None.
And Joe Giudice, he's just as guilty, because he was being passive aggressive, saying, this is where we're going to live now. That apartment above the pizzeria, remember that? And she goes, no, we're not. We're going to live in our house that we've been building for years. He never, I don't know if he was afraid. I don't know if he doesn't know how to communicate. I don't know if he was embarrassed. I don't know what it was, but he should have just come right out and said to her, listen, we don't have any money.
Right. Oh, yeah, I know.
So, I mean, it takes two to tango.
Exactly. I hate when people blame him. They were doing that way before they got caught. It's just not the first time.
Right. I mean, and then if you remember, Chris Larita, when they were over at the Larita's house, Joe and Chris were talking, and Joe was like, Teresa wants a diamond for their 10-year anniversary for giving him 3 kids, four daughters. And he was kind of mumbling, and he was kind of looking like this, and he goes, well, the money's not coming in like it used to. So, but you're telling Chris, but you're not telling your wife.
I know.
Well, you did tell your wife, but she's thick-headed. And that's an Italian thing too, because I know about that, because I'm thick-headed sometimes.
I know. So is my mom.
You got to, Teresa, you got to hit her with a frying pan over the head.
I mean, I don't even help. I don't think anymore. I think Louis is that frying pan. I truly believe this is such a hard life. This is going to be a hard life lesson for her. Because this is not. This is going to hurt.
Well, she was, she didn't address her. Teresa never addressed her. I don't want to say issues. I would say
childhood.
Her feelings. Because when her brother got married, that's when the friction started between him and her.
She's married though too. I hate that.
Right, but see, she's self-centered. But she's self-centered, hun. She's self-centered. You're 100% right, Krista. You're 100% right, Krista. You're 1,000,000% right.
He's allowed to be in love with somebody like you are. He's allowed to do what you do, Teresa.
But I've seen it. I've seen it happen. People in my life, that a sibling gets married and they feel like they lost that sibling, no matter what's going on in their life. That's a self-centered thing. I'm not saying she's right. I would never say that. Because, when my sister got married, I didn't feel like she left me. I felt like she lives with her husband, but she's still my family, and he's my family too. And but see, but she had that, she lost control. That's why she hates Melissa. Melissa never did anything to her.
No, not one. I've tried to think earlier if I could find something. There isn't. I mean, because Lindsay has the packet that Melissa Gold knows used. So she has absolutely everything plus from it. And I can't believe that Teresa has hated her brother, and it's in her own words, and it's sick. It's sad because I don't know where the fuck that comes from.
Mm-mm.
She'll sit there now and say she doesn't hate him, and she never did. But you've been saying so much shit for so many years. You never say why. You say dumb shit. It doesn't make
Yep.
sense. It's not because of your wedding. You started
Yeah.
this way before the wedding.
Yep. That's
You
true.
want to make
That's
them
true.
look bad. He's like, and let me do something, make them look bad, make them not want to come to the wedding. Then they look like the assholes. So then I can blame it on them for the wedding.
Right.
You didn't come to my wedding.
But
You didn't come to
you
my
know, and now how she recently said that Melissa did her dirty because she had her wedding not long after she had a baby and she wasn't in the best shape of her life. Like Melissa's going to put her whole wedding on hold so that you can drop the baby weight. No. You know, and these are things I didn't know about her when I was a Teresa stan. You know what I'm saying? Like some of this is, you know what? I put that I didn't want these. It said substitution. It said substitution, right?
Yeah.
And I put no, and I got it anyway.
I hate when they do that. Sometimes they don't even make sense. You're taking pizza, but then you're like giving me like candy or something. I was like, where did you get that that replacement from? But
oh, I know. Well, you know, one time I got my order, and I had some things that I didn't order that I kept. There was
I like when
a
that
whole
happens.
a whole thing of dish soap, and I'm like, okay, this wasn't on my order, but I'll take it. All right.
You know what happened to me one time? My whole $230 delivery got delivered to a different house, and I didn't know what house it was because how am I gonna know? I was like, I just let them keep. I said nothing. I let them keep it, and I got my money. Like they refunded my whole order, but I felt good about letting like somebody else get it.
Yeah.
And then somebody walked out and see their food just laying there, a whole order of food. Like they could have been somebody that needed it that day. You know what I mean? Like they fucked up, but I felt good about making them pay for it and then let them people keep their food. I knew I had an idea where the address was because there's an 824 street across from here.
Yeah.
Didn't know it's a dead end, but still, people usually confuse that street with my street. They confuse our house. But I was like,
well, but you know what? When I called Walmart to complain before, I said, don't they have a checklist?
You do.
And the guy goes, well, what happens is, you know, they put multiple orders in the car, and then, you know, they think they got it all, like, and maybe they don't, and it's still in the car, and it should have, but they had it, but they or some crap like that. And I'm like,
I never be able to food shop for 3 people and keep it separate. I would do not. I could not do that. My brain doesn't work. Like I've gotten gallons of water. I mean, I've gotten cases of water. Because I guess in the trunk, somebody always has a case of water in their trunk, right? And I guess this guy thought it was mine. I've gotten a couple things that were mine, and sometimes I won't notice if there's 2 of something in the order in the list. Like I go through it to make sure. You know,
right.
it's expensive. Me and Dolores should have to pay over $200 for food every 2 weeks. Sometimes.
Well, you know what? I did the thing where I didn't want them to just leave it, where you have to show them a code before they leave, because I want to make sure, because if something's missing, you're going to hear about it right then and there, and you're going to bring it. You're going to look in your car, and and if it's in your car, you're going to bring it to me, because I ain't doing this shit anymore. Yeah. And the last time they
you want a refund, or you want 2 days to pay you back, I'm like, no, I want it now. I want it now. Come turn the fuck around. They want to give you like 2 days, 3 a week and shit for it to go back. No.
Yeah, and it takes a while for the money to go back to your card. And I said, you know, that was my debit card, and that money's not going to come back for a week. What am I supposed to do? And I don't know. Well,
I know.
Tell your drivers to get their shit together.
Dude, I like lost it. I was like, we don't have no more. I said, you're not getting my money back for 3 days. We have no food. This is like when it first started.
Yeah.
But like as that happened, I'm like, you guys have to get the money back. But you have to refund it quicker than that. That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
With Uber Eats, they always do McDonald's. I'm like, when I order McDonald's 2 or twice a year, because I know it's not real food, and I take off the meat, but still it takes off every goddamn time. It gets stolen. I said, how do you let that happen? How in the world do you let that happen? Like, I need to walk in. I'm gonna walk in the truck and like, I'm gonna drive with it. So that's for me. Okay, bye. And take the fucking food.
Yeah.
It sounds really bad, but anyway.
Well, you know what I did the last time that I had like literally half my order missing, and they left it and I got it right away and I brought it in and half of my order was missing. And I called to complain and I said, you know what? Take the tip off of my order because I only got half of my order. That'll teach them to pay attention.
I know. I think the guy that delivered the food to the wrong house, I didn't want him to get in trouble, but I think he did. But I think right or sorry, but, like,
I don't like getting people in trouble. I really don't. But,
I know.
I mean,
You know,
this is my money. Don't screw with my money.
right. And my food, my orders, like sometimes we'll get ice cream and we have to get the caramel drizzle, and sometimes we'll forget one of the other. Me and George are like, Jesus Christ, now. The whole reason we ordered this food was to get the vanilla ice cream and the caramel to go with it. And like I have to really pay attention. I'm like, if you don't have it, then forget my order. I don't want it. But sometimes we just want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, right now I have all caramel stuff. I have no vanilla ice cream. I just really don't. I'm just mad about it because I had a choice. I tried to get it and they fucked up twice.
Well, Krista, you can tell I'm very comfortable with all of you because I don't have any makeup on. This was me running around today. Just, my hair's a mess and I'm unpacking my groceries while I'm talking to you. So I don't do that with everybody, but I also I don't embarrass easy. So, when I was younger and I was in community theater, I took all of the roles that nobody else would want and I got all the laughs and all the claps.
I think you should start doing your own kind of channel or something.
I don't know. I'm self-conscious about being on camera. That's the thing.
And you realize I look at the numbers sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, how many people watch it? I used to flip out when Adam would say how many people it is. I'm like, just don't say that because I start to freak out. I should have that number there, but like, it's weird because like I hate being around people in general. But then I'll sit on here and I want like 5,000 people listening. I don't really. It just freaks out when I start thinking about it and start stuttering. But
well, I mean, I'm on camera to be with you and our friends. But even when I was in school, because, I studied broadcasting and I had to be on camera, I was a nervous wreck on camera. I was good behind the microphone on the radio, but the camera, oof, I was nervous and I was like skinny, but I was, I still just got nervous. But
I was watching the first time I was ever on Adam's channel. Like I started out with Jason. Yeah, when Jason was down, what was Jason's channel? I'll put Adam down with Jason or something like that. The first one I went on like on camera, because I was watching the first one that me and Adam, I was on that and I was rocking back and forth. It was bad. Like I was really bad back then. Like, you've seen me. I'm shifting my phone and I'm getting up and down. I got up to turn the AC on, and I don't sit still. So I know it's hard for me. Sometimes I wonder how I sit here this whole time. But no one's starting to notice. Okay, so you're all Italian, right? My mom's all Italian with her parents, and Teresa's all Italian, and it's like somebody said to me that like my mom never would talk. They couldn't tell her parents. Like she couldn't talk to anybody. She couldn't talk to her parents about anything because you didn't do that. Like you did what you're supposed to do. You don't mess up. You're Italian. Like she was Catholic, raised the whole thing. So I realize now the things that I'm finding out, like that's who she was, and we didn't know because she could never. My mom didn't talk. She still doesn't talk about feelings at all. I mean, zero. Did you feel that? Like, do you see that with Italian family? Like, I don't know. I'm starting to really understand what happened.
Well, like my mother was not secretive, but she wasn't as open as I am. Now I do not broadcast all of my stuff for the whole world. Don't get me wrong, but there were some things that were going on in our family, and I was talking to a friend about it because I just needed some support. And my mother she screamed at me. She goes, "You don't know who they know, and it's none of their business." And I'm like, listen, you're keeping it all to yourself, and you're keeping it between, you and Dad, and maybe a couple of our cousins or whatever. I said, this is bothering me.
Yeah.
And it was people that I knew for a very long time that I had trusted with a lot of stuff. I mean, she wasn't wrong, but neither was I.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm the only one that ever went to therapy. And let me tell you something. Yeah. There's a lot of people in my family that could have benefited from some therapy.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did it on my own. It was my idea. Nobody told me to do it. And I just had 3 sessions with the employee assistance program because of the issues at work. Where I work now, it's like working for Big Brother. Everything that they monitor what you do on the screen, like the screens that you go to and what you type, everything. They scrutinize everything. They scrutinize your call notes. They keep changing what they want you to say for certain things.
Yeah.
And then they don't always communicate it to us. And then I was finding out that I was doing something wrong that I had been doing for 2 years. And they're like, my supervisor said, well, no, that's incorrect. This is what you were supposed to say. And I go, why am I just hearing about this now? It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
And she said, well, the quality assurance person, that's the feedback they gave me. And for lack of a better word, I had it out with her last week because I said, you know, you're telling me this and this, and I've told you multiple times, I've never heard this before. This didn't come up in training. It was the way that we do cases for things that can't be solved on the phone.
Yeah.
And I did it a certain way that I was taught. And she said, well, the people who do the cases came back and said that you are not doing it right. And I'm like, okay. And then she said, do you do this, this, and this? And I said, yeah. And I said, and this is what else I do. And then, so now it came up a third time. And agent has been coached already about what they're doing. And I said, I told her, I said, clearly I'm not. Because if I think I know what I'm doing and I'm on some stupid report 3 weeks in a row.
Really?
I said to her, tell me specifically what I did wrong so I can fix it. Okay. I don't have an ego where I'm like, well, this is what I was taught, too bad. Or, I respect authority. I do the best job I can, etc. But I said, listen, because she didn't offer and she should have, she's the supervisor. I said to her, I need you to tell me specifically, show me specifically what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
Or else this is going to keep happening.
Obviously, we're adults, so you're not going to do things wrong on purpose. You know what I mean?
Right. And she knows that I'm not. She knows the kind of person that I am, So, and then I'm the one that said, well, is there somebody I can sit with?
Okay.
Or when I have to do a case, can somebody come sit with me? And she was like, well, and I'm just like, and I said, oh, so you guys had that refresher training on my day off, and you told me the following week that I would get that refresher training because I was the only one off that day. That's why you picked that. And I said, by the way, that never happened. And she didn't have nothing to say about that. I said it fell through the cracks. I was supposed to get that refresher training, and this could have all been solved. And she didn't have nothing to say about that.
That was last week.
Right. So then she goes, well, if I'm available, I'll ask so-and-so in the case group if they can sit with you. And I said, well, what about the supervisor who did the training? Why can't I just spend some time with him? Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask. And I'm just like, bitch, you're not helping me solve the problem. You're not helping me. Yeah, you're not helping me. And then she didn't offer either. So finally she says, well, ping me if I'm free, you can share your screen with me. So that's what happened later that night. Turns out certain cases I was doing correctly and certain ones I was not. There's this whole extra step that I was never shown. Either I was never shown or I forgot. I think I was never shown, to be quite honest, because I'm very smart and I pick up things like a metal detector picks up pennies. That's me. Okay. And I said to her, so she goes, okay, here's where you made the mistake, because I shared my screen on Microsoft Teams. And I go, what? She said, you're supposed to do, click this and then this comes up. And I said, this is the first time I am hearing about this. And she was just silent. I said, this is the first time I'm being told this. And I said, by the way, my training was very chaotic. The woman who did it, she did it over Microsoft Teams because she lives in Arizona, and some people were in Arizona and some people were in Georgia. Anyway, like barking at us, rolling. She rolled, that woman rolled her eyes at me, Krista, and she's lucky that she lived in Arizona and I didn't get in her face and scream at her.
She rolled her eyes.
Yeah, because I asked her to repeat something, and she goes like this. What did I just say? That's what she said in the class. First she went like this. First she went like this. And then she barked, and I was just like, oh no. Anyway, to make a long story short, one of my friends who was in the class, she went off on the deep end, but she goes off on the deep end just for the sake of going off on the deep end. She's just she needs a little tune-up. And she went to the head of the whole group, like the president of our group. She didn't go through no channels. She left the class, went to him. So this woman got her ass handed to her during our class. She said, I'll be right back. I have to take this call. And then she did it again. Getting another call from another boss. So I'll be right back. And then after the second one, she did a 180. She was so pleasant and smiling.
Really?
Yeah. And then one of her bosses joined the class while she was, and she had like a whole list of things. We were asking her questions and she goes, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm writing them down so I can get back to you. I'm still waiting, Krista. It's been over a year. Okay. And she couldn't answer one of my questions. And so her boss jumped in and answered my question. Okay. So, so I'm telling my supervisor this and she goes, wow, I had no idea. And I said, oh yeah. And I said, and then when my name was on this report of the people who were doing cases all wrong, and my temporary supervisor at the time came and sat next to me to show me what I was doing wrong.
Aww.
Okay. He didn't bring this up either. This extra step you're talking about, he didn't bring that up either. So I threw all of them under the bus. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I normally care. I normally do care. But you know what? I got shit on because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So, and this report, Krista, goes to all the supervisors. It's not private. It's not like the case people send an email to my supervisor about this, and this. It's on a report that goes to everybody. So everybody sees everybody's everything. And I'm not like that.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
It's like
So
yeah.
So they're scrutinizing even more now how you phrase things, if you're reading the script or the wrong script, etc. So listen to this shit. Yesterday, I had my one-on-one because it's on every Thursday, right?
Oh.
And she goes, well, you're not on anybody's report. You don't have anything wrong with, nothing happened with any of your calls. Everything's good. And they do this every week, which is too much. That makes I sit there like this through the whole meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait till you hear this bullshit. So Miss Priss earlier in the week was meowing while she was walking around the house. She's like, meow, mommy, meow, meow, meow. And I play around with the customers. I tease them if I can, or play around, if I feel like they're open to it, or if they tease me first. And there was never an issue, right? So my kitty walks by me meowing, and I said to the customer, my cat says hi to you. And the customer thought that was adorable.
Yeah.
It was on the feedback for one of my calls for this week. Or last week. I'm sorry, it was last week, and they told me about it this week. They were like, there was no issues with your calls, but there was an observation that you told the customer your cat says hello. I said to myself, what? I was pissed. She goes, well, it's an observation. They just made that observation. There's not a problem with the call. And I said to myself, yeah, there is. There's a problem with them.
Yeah. They have a
So
problem.
what? I make jokes with the customers. I make them laugh. They make me laugh. But my kitty cat walking by meowing that the
Yeah.
customer can clearly hear because Miss Pris is very loud. You know, she's very little, but she's very loud. You know,
Yeah.
like her mother. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm short and very loud, but and I said, but I said to myself that should not be an observation. That's some bullshit.
That's like
So
what
yeah, so that's how I started wanting to participate in this. Is I wanted to share my anxieties because I want to hear what other people have to say because I'm drowning over here. I can't leave this stupid piece of shit job because I have to have surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And I have FMLA protection because I've been there over a year.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? So so I'm going to the EAP woman and I told her everything I told you and her jaw hit the floor. She said, "You've got to be kidding me." I said, "No." And I said, "What do I do? How do I manage this?" And she was saying what you said, like when a negative thought comes in, like replace it with another word.
It's hard. But
And yeah, she said it, you know, and I told her, I said, the coping mechanisms I've tried so far are grounding, meditating, crying, stuffing my face, complaining, and journaling.
I would say that's a lot of them.
And she said, well, those are all good. Well, not stuffing your face, but she said, I understand it. This woman was non-judgmental, very laid back, very easygoing. Oh, I adore her. And she said, and I said, you know, on top of that, I have the stress of having to carry my laptop back and forth every day, and my purse, and my lunch bag, and my sweater. I look like I'm moving in, you know, you know. And so she was trying to help me find a suggestion of like a better way to carry everything.
Yeah.
And I was telling her why I'm working from home. It was an experiment to see if it helps me manage my pain, but it doesn't. And, you know, nobody can see me when I'm on my phone because, like, when I turn on your show when I'm working, I can't do that at my desk. But at home, nobody's looking.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Like, but where are you going?
Yeah, because even though I can't participate because I'm working, I like feeling part of I feel like being part of the group helps me, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, but she didn't really have anything to say other than, you know, do your best. And she reinforced what I said about how, you know, crappy this is. And you know, and I said to her, was I out of line getting into it with my supervisor about the things that I wasn't shown? And I keep showing up on somebody's this, that, and the other. And she said, no, you did the right thing. I needed reassurance that I,
all the time.
well, because, but the inflection in my voice though, Krista, because I was very defensive. I wasn't screaming, name calling, but my voice was firm. I said to her, when I told her I was not shown this to do cases, I said to her, this is what I've been telling you. You keep telling me that I did this wrong. I said this wrong, but I've never heard that before. I said, here's an example. Now you can see what I'm talking about. You know, and I said when I was doing travel only, redeeming travel rewards, I would say to a customer, do I have your permission to book your flight, your hotel, your car?
Yeah.
And that was never a problem. So then when I had to learn the other side, which is, you know, redeeming to account, buying gift cards, whatever, I just kept saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And a year later, out of nowhere, she tells me I'm wrong. So I brought that up to her again.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I brought that up to her. Not yesterday, last week. I brought that up to her again. She said to me, well, Wells Fargo decided that they wanted you to stick everybody to stick to the script instead of just saying what they wanted. And I go, well, you didn't tell me that. You just told me that I was doing it wrong after me doing something for a year, and now it's wrong, but you didn't tell me why. You just told me that I was wrong.
Right.
So I essentially handed her ass. And I'm not going to lie, it felt good.
I mean, sometimes it does. And it's like, the last time I worked for Heritage at the store. And I got in a fight with the girl. I was not getting along with the two girls that worked there. And the manager, we became friends. That was the problem. We became friends outside of work.
Yeah.
And the last day, George had given me permission to not work, and two of us were coming anyway. But unfortunately, the last day, something happened, and I'm like, my boss had taken something personally that we were fighting about outside of the store, and brought it into the store. So that when I showed her, I was yelled at by somebody, and I said, "You're out of your goddamn fucking mind." I said, this is a small town. She's like, "You're a crackhead." I said, "Okay, well, I'm a fucking crackhead. You hear that, everybody?" I said, "Fuck you, fuck you, bitch." Like,
oh my God, you're killing me.
I know.
You're killing me.
Word, and she was calling me all kinds of like names, being very racist. It was crazy. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, what planet are you on? You're screaming
Right.
at me about something. You're being so nasty, calling me names. And like,
Yeah.
I felt guilty about that for a long time. But like, people are like, "You had it." I'm like, "But I shouldn't have screamed and said those things." But like, I told her like 3 years later, and we made up and everything. But like, I think she related to the fact that we were screaming at each other about something that happened, and about how petty it was. But I said I did, and at the time I didn't care. I didn't care that I did that. And I was like, "Don't feel fucked up with me." Like, I'm screaming, I'm a crackhead, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that kind of crackhead.
But you know what? You know what, Krista? I don't think you should feel guilty, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes those conversations, whether it's screaming or not, that's what gets the job done. That's what gets the job done.
Exactly.
Because when I worked at Turner, this guy that I worked with, one of the reasons we got along so well, I'm putting my groceries away because this is stuff's going to spoil. One of the reasons we got along so well is there were people who had, he rubbed people the wrong way. And instead of going to him, they went straight to management or HR. And I said, well, that's not what I do. I said, I don't roll like that. I said, if I have a problem with you, you will know it. And he said, good. And him and I didn't, in the heat of the moment, I really didn't realize it.
Yeah.
He pissed me off, or I pissed him off, and then it turned into a screaming match.
Yeah.
And then at the end, by the end of the shift, he said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "I'm sorry too." Big hug. But see, the thing is, for me, and I'm only talking about me, sometimes that's the only way. You have to go there. That's why I was forceful with my supervisor, because just saying, well, I wasn't told that, and then just, okay, well, I'll just do that next time. Every week I was getting more and more frustrated and more defensive, and I let her have it. I had to, because that's how the message finally got received.
Yeah.
And the thing is that this guy that I used to work with, that was his and my relationship. To us, that wasn't unprofessional, because that's him and me. We didn't fight, argue, scream, swear, nothing, unless something really, really, really was wrong. Exactly. And then when it was, we addressed it together. Then it was over. Then we hugged it out, and we worked overnight shift, and like us and our friends would go eat breakfast together, and all was right with the world.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we are here. And like, people, like, if you watch me, my sister, and my dad fight, it's like you would think we hate each other. It's like watching three videos like we get up talking. But like, unfortunately, we communicate very toxically, and I'll get mad at them, right? I'm like, I can't believe I used to live with you people for 40 years. You're so toxic. or and like they're flipping out, but then I'm realizing I'm flipping out with them, so I'm no better. And that's how we grow up. If they're used to it, they can just move on. And I got used to it for 11
Well,
years.
that's how I grew up too. Reactionary, you
Yeah,
know, not talking, but yelling. Instead of talking, it was yelling.
Yeah.
And I wish that my parents had talked more than they yelled. And I think I was always close with my family, and I still am.
Yeah.
And I'm still close to my dad and my brother and sister, but
Yeah. But
that could have gone better.
Feelings, right?
Huh?
You guys talk about your feelings, right? Like your family?
It depends on what it is, because now knowing them as well as I do,
Yeah.
now, you know, it started out being keeping a lot of things to myself. Then it turned into sharing, and then I found out what I can and can't share because of the reaction.
Yep.
But I think it's good.
Talk to your family, and I'm like, well, you don't understand. You don't get it. Like, it hurts me to say things and then not get the reaction I want or the answer I wanted. Whether that's good enough for me or not, like that could be good for me, but I'm not gonna like that. You know what I mean? And I know that,
right.
Like, you know what you can say and what you can't.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's your relationship with that girl or whoever you were yelling at, you know, that's where I'm not a manager anymore of people, because after a while, I get tired of being diplomatic, polite, professional. Sometimes it gets to if it gets to that level, and I want to haul off, and that's where you get demoted, fired, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Like, that's why.
Because I used to manage people, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, I did that
for that reason.
Like, customer's not always fucking right. Okay, customer's not always got that right. Hi, baby, Chris. And like kitties, the winter time comes and we start to get winter. I get upset because I'm not outside as much as I can. Hi, Ben, where'd she go? Oh my god.
Oh, somebody's calling me back.
Okay.
Walmart support. They were going to check in after my.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I call my dad back because eventually I have to call my dad back because he left me a voicemail.
I'm so glad that you came up, and like we'll talk about other stuff. I'm just getting into starting to talk about. I don't even know at this point. Anything anybody wants to talk about at this point.
Well, I mean, because we're talking about we're talking about addiction, you know, the fame addiction for some of these people that we watch. My addiction to chocolate, that's what we were talking about. Spirituality, we were talking about, you know, how I was trying to handle things at work or whatever, you know. I mean, we are doing what you set out to do.
I know, because I'm trying to. I thought like I thought I was good, and then I didn't realize what shopping is, how bad it is for me, and how much I can't stop, no matter what my husband says. And I think about it like an addict. Like, I want to shop really bad, and it's like I always think I need something, and that's why he doesn't save money, because it's been helping doing the bills for 3 months. Like, it's me. They're paid, but I don't leave any money. Like, I don't have anything, you know, like.
Well, the thing is, you can talk about it till the cows come home and figure out the reason. But the thing is, I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about anybody else. I need a plan of action. I talked to a nutritionist, and she's helped me with some things. And sometimes I can't, but I can tell her what I can't tell others about issues with like packing lunches and whatever, because that's what she does. You know, that's why therapy is important, because these people are trained to listen and not react, but respond, you know, and they can tell you and show you things, you know, because your family and friends, they can just say, well, this worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you.
I do think it's like not one size fits all. Like, I really do feel like I was gonna say to you, like, just because it's like, I mean, you just have to anything that no longer serves you, get rid of it. If you can get rid of it, and anything, but people, things that no longer serve you, be selfish. But whatever causes your anxiety, like, I would try to minimize.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello. I think somebody called us by, but I'll let her go.
Oh, okay.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's always
I'm
calling
here.
you, right? Yeah, you want to call back and all that
Oh,
stuff.
well, my dad just sent me a text message.
What are you
So,
doing?
no, I mean, he knows I'm home tonight, and he knows that sometimes I'm talking to my friends or whatever. It's not a big deal, you know. If it was an emergency, yeah,
I
you
know my
know,
dad will
but
phone here and be like, "You'll see Mike Dad. And if you don't answer, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You were just in the chat. If you can wait to talk to me, then what I do?" Then everybody's like, "Where's Mike Dad? Where's Mike Dad?" I'm like, "He's around." I'm like, "He's bothering me now." You know.
yeah, but I mean, that's why I like therapy, is because, you know, the nutritionist is kind of a therapist too. I can tell her these crazy things about, well, this is what I crave in the morning. What should I substitute? And this is how I feel at this time of day. And I work 10-hour days and I work crazy hours, and things that I should pack for lunch. And, you know, because clearly I'm not doing it right. You know, those are things that friends and family, they're just kind of like, oh, well, just pack your lunch.
I know.
You
And
know?
like, you don't understand. There's something behind. There's some kind of anxiety behind it. You know.
But I'm going to get going because, well, Miss Pris has already eaten. All the perishables are in the fridge, but I have to call my dad back before he's like, where are you? What are you doing?
I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And I love you. I love you very much. And all of our friends in the chat, you know, I love all of you guys. You're my friends. You're my people. If I didn't feel comfortable, I wouldn't do this. You know, I'm all for being bold and out. This is a lot. This is on the internet. So,
I mean,
you know.
I'm glad that you feel comfortable, and you know you have my number. And text me if it goes into an emergency. I know I always say that. People like, we don't answer. I'm like, if it's an emergency, text me. Like, if it's something like, please answer the phone. Because it's weird.
Right.
Like I said, you the same thing with the phone. I just don't feel like it, unfortunately. It's weird.
Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't feel like picking up. I do. That happens to me. I'd be like,
time is
oh.
going by so fast. I can't believe it's the end of the year. Like, time is going by. I thought I always said it's working on my relationships. It's October, and I haven't. Like, it just got worse. Like, it's weird. It sucks. I'm like,
I know,
well,
it's all.
It's Christmas sucks. All right, I'll
Yeah.
let you. I'll talk forever.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you all later.
All right,
Bye.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Here you go, Lauren. She's been there forever, guys. I love her. Like I would go one day and see her there's Lauren. Yeah, like it's like everywhere. And I always appreciate her opinion too. And like that she feels comfortable enough. And I know, like, the people that are watching it, people aren't going to be rude. Like, I haven't really gotten rude comments except about myself. And that's just because I think people treat the stand send them at me. Or people that just don't like my opinion. Or people, I don't know what it is about me. Like, when people start, it's just like, whatever, man. Get in line. Like, I'm different. And it's the thing, like, I'm not going to let go. I'm not going to let the live go. I still want to do it. I'm going to play that thing. You are taking such a thing apart. You are wrecking shit, lady. You are scorching earth by doing that. Or now they're like pulling things. You want to be here. You want to be on camera. Now you want to be on my lap. Here you go. My little baby cat. She fits in between us. Look at her. She wants to lay on my lap. I'm sorry. I'm going to be mean to you. I'm sorry, baby cat. I'm sorry, baby cat number 5. I know, baby cat. Oh, fucking shoot. You are the fit too. Now the one that was in here earlier, Riley. These two, like, they wrestle all the time. It's so funny. She's 14, guys. The other cat's 14 and she's 14. The only reason I know that now, I thought she was a little baby. Look how fucking cute she is. She's laying on her bed. Let me do that. So you can see her. I want to see her. She's just laying on my lap. Look how cute she is. I mean, she sleeps right between us. And it's weird. Like, she'll actually sleep with, like, she'll sleep, like, up, like, on the floor, like, around us. But literally every day at 2:30, every morning at 2:30, an hour before we get up, she comes and lays between us. I don't know what time it is. That's how I know it's every time for me to get up. I'm not kidding. My sleep is so, and I know that, like, this is for spirituality and addiction. Like, but I'm starting to get scared to even talk about spirituality, and I don't know why. I mean, I say the weirdest things all the time, but I mean, in my perception, they're true. And it probably does sound off, but like, I'm not. People is how I say clean and spirituality. They off the drugs that were killing me, you know. And then I had a little problem with Xanax for a little bit, and that was like 2018. I really fucked up. But like ever since then, like it was only 2 times. Ever since then, like I haven't dealt with such. And I literally every year since 2012, I worked on myself. It took me a long ass time to be proud of that spirituality. Oh my God, if I didn't find it, if I didn't find out the truth about things, and it does get angry. I get angry at this where we live and how they have manipulated us, but it's over, and that's not, in my perception, my reality, and my timeline, that's over. Exposure's coming. It's here. We're in it. I wanted to play that. Some of you already saw that video, right? I know I'm lying. I know. You don't have to tell me so. That video, I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but like I also went and got all their books too. It's like Dolores canon all over again. Thank God. It's like, but now we're getting updated information about the work. And let me just here, right? Can I just tell you something? I've been saying how I want my dragon. I want my dragon. I'm gonna train my dragon because I stole him. And I know that I'm not elemental. I'm still doing. So last 2 days I'm going outside, right? And I swear, and I used to see peekers. I used to see peekers a lot, like peripheral. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I just see one that used to peek in the window or peek in the door, and I told it to stop because it freaked me out. And I also have the outside over the fence. Remember home improvement, the guy that used to pop over the fence, and you had to see it was the neighbor. I see a pop up over there, and it's the same spot all the time. I know it sounds weird, but it's something. It's like an apparition. It's like somebody. I would never be able to see these people very on. If I saw an apparition, I'd freak out. There's my spot. So weird. Yeah. Shoot, now it's on actually. I told my sister. I was just talking about my dad. I'm like, oh, my sister's here. Oh God, she's hurting me. Let me dance to her real quick. But I wanted to talk about spirituality and why it means so much and how. Right, where am I at? So I mean, you watch that video, and it's like again, like Dolores Cannon is who I say is my teacher because that's where I learned everything. But this is like having her back again, basically just updated information about Atlantis and everything else. And there is weird stuff done. And if you're not affected by like the Mandela effect, then that's fine. You don't have, that's great. Like if you don't believe in aliens, that's fine. I'm live. She has no idea I'm live. Oh shoot. Oh shit. It's 10 o'clock. Oh my god. I did not realize it was 9:47. Holy shit. I know it's earlier in a row. No, maybe it's too late to play it now, but I was gonna play the video. But it's just about literally a good story. So the Mandela effect, like that was the first validity that I had that things are changing. I was like, oh god, it freaked me out at first, but it's fine. Like it's weird because the things that you think would freak you out, like that should freak people out. Absolutely, somebody came in and said your dusty globe has now changed. Like it's just weird. Just how everything is just changed. Like it happened at once. Where is that? Oh man. To my doctor, his wife is dying from cancer. So it's like for the first time since 2007, I could get hold of him. It's weird. But like anyway, we're really because he was at like in my wedding and stuff, but at my wedding. But anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, like honestly, like just I think not knowing what the answer like and wondering about that was like so which too much anxiety. And it's just the first time you're ever being a human, right? Like imagine like everyone else is all these surrender incarnations here. People know how to be human. Imagine not knowing how to be a human and having to learn. And we all forget growing up that like we're raised by other people. But that's not what it was supposed to be like. And I don't want to get into that part, but like I really want to play that video. I really do. You know what? I'm not playing it. I'll play it again later. Nobody's really watching it. 153 people on it. My sister-in-law was on Instagram. The Mitchums. Hey Mitchums. I don't know if you're still there. But they show up. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm not right now. I'm being a bad sister. I guess. I'm skipping it. Okay. I did put the Dolores cat in there. So the free AI list guy. I don't know a lot of people know this stuff. Oh, I mean, what? I don't listen to anything he says. He turned it into something. He turned it into something nefarious, and I hate that about that. I hate that he did that. Like, I don't like that he did that. I get it. There's negative things, but listen, if 5D consciousness comes into your reality, then the AI on everything in it's going to be of that vibration. You're not going to vibrate with something like that's not. You know what I'm saying? If you vibrate with something like that, then that's where you're at, and you'll be fine with it. I take offense to it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know who he was channeling. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I've heard different things. I've heard things about Bashar. I've listened to Bashar's teachings for a long time. I've heard negative things about him. I've heard some people. I found out there was somebody that was channeling him that was a liar, which is a big liar. And for the longest time, I thought, but then somebody else. And there is mediums that I believe are not, aren't lying. But see, the thing with mediumship is that's not where I'm getting my information. All the information I've learned was coming from the government and all the lying whistleblowers, not lying whistleblowers, all the liars and how they were working for them. And it's got like cosmic disclosure is people that either worked for the government or that are still employed and are still with the other beings that are star seeds and are in touch with their family. But right now, oh my God, it's so exciting. Like I get really excited talking about this because this is what we've been waiting for. And like a long time ago, I stopped paying attention really to the politics around here because in my perception, it doesn't really matter. I give like whatever the Galactic Federation says to do, which is universal laws, and it's not that hard to love everybody, you know what I'm saying? But, I really want to be able to talk about this about people. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel weird about it, but anyway. Literally, I feel like we do create our reality. We can co-create our reality with this, but we are soul people. But I think what I've been understanding is that the fourth dimension, which is basically time, is a holding place, and that's the heaven that our loved ones are at, able to communicate with them. And I believe that the new human light bodies are going to be able to go through this port, like it's a realm. We go to that other spot. Like I'm trying to say that we'll be in one place again. And then true heaven is seventh heaven. It's like when you really lose your I hate when I say ego because I feel like that's your personality. Personally, if I have any higher, I do have a higher self, but I know my half of me is already locked in the walk-in thing. But I wonder how much more I have to integrate. Like I would rather stay me and integrate into this body and the light body because I think we chose this time in history to be here. I mean, even getting like my numerology read and all that, like it really tracks, especially Alcyon, like with my Busha and all. Oh my God, it's so crazy. And then my uncle brings it up. I'm like, how are you? Unless he watched the stream, then he has no idea like that I even think about that. Actually, I did say I asked him where it was. He's like, what are you guys? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's no amusement park. I said, it's not an underground tunnel. He did not think about that. I said, oh shit, that does sound kind of weird. Why am I going, no, what's an underground tunnel to park for? So it was just always me and her and Erin. Like, my husband are crazy. Like, now I realize we were astral traveling. And that's what, like, the guides and guardians, I was like, oh, okay. That makes more sense now. That's why I keep saying Alcyon everywhere. And I still don't know what it looks like there. And I still think I want to bring Alcyon to work. I want to stay here. I just said the other day, I was talking to the girl that does this interview. I was comment back and forth on here. I said, I want to be here. I want to stay here. I want to stay on Earth. I love it here. Like, I want to stay here and here. Continue to heal and activate myself and others, Even if it's, with my hints, they make fun of me. I'm like, are you guys mad at me because I have a gossip channel? I'm asking the guys and guardians too, the mediums, and they're ready. And they start laughing. They're like, no, it's your voice. It's the tone of your voice. I said, really? I talk a lot. They're like, good. It's a good thing. Keep talking. It's okay. As long as it's like it's all about your intention. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Because I don't have bad intentions with talking about these people. I'm just pointing out the facts and being tough-love friend. And every once in a while I lose my mind about Teresa because the fuckery and like, the fuckery of them all. The balls of you. You know what I mean? That's what bothers me. Like the fuckery, the fucking audacity. The audacity of people in life sometimes. I'm like, I don't understand what reality you're living in. But it's like, do you not understand what I'm saying? Or they don't listen to me. Like, well, then that's why I don't go around. Like, I say exactly what bothers me. And then you go and you do the exact. It's just crazy. I've had people that literally make me lose my mind, and I realize I'm like trying to figure out like the deepest reason, like what is the deepest fucking part, like what is making me this angry about this certain thing. And when it comes down to it, it's either being dismissed or it's a fuckery of like it's just like complete hypocrisy, like calling you a freaking liar and a drug addict when you're literally a hooker, fucking father-in-law, buying drugs. I know you're not. I'm not. And you're like living on my couch and you're calling me names. And then you're like, like, hello, what? Like, no. Like, how dare you, you piece of shit? Like, I am not a piece of shit. Haven't been in a long time at all. And like, listen, I'm not better than anybody else either, though. I made better choices. That is the goddamn difference. Like, I'm sorry that you decided that you don't want to live your live a certain way. Fine, I don't give a fuck. But don't make it my problem. And that's what I get. I get so mad, and it's not because I understand addiction. I say it all the goddamn time. Trust me. If anybody knows it, it's me. You don't think I want to get up every day and get fucking high all day like I used to? Maybe. I mean, not really anymore. It doesn't sound fun. Like it really doesn't sound fun anymore to me out of my head. I used to really like that, but I used to say I am never going to get clean. I never want to feel normal. I never wanted to feel normal, and I don't know why. My first addiction was like shopping. That was a high that I didn't recognize. And then sex was a high that I didn't recognize. And then it came pills, and I was like, oh shit, this is addiction. And it's been transferring my whole life. It took me till I was 30-some years old to figure that out. It was like, I wasn't even, it's like you go to rehab for like, I went so many times, so many places, and I only went for other people, and I didn't do it until I wanted to do it. Like, it took me a long time. I mean, I did hit rock bottom. You know, I was really, but like, still didn't want to fucking get clean, because I was like, fuck my life, it sucks. I'm 30-some years old. Who's going to ever marry me? I have 2 felonies. I'm in trouble. I owe $1,000, 20 grand, and a lot of money. 80 grand to the IRS. And then here comes George. Like literally a year and a half after I got laid off clean for a whole 6 months in a minute. I'm like, listen, Suboxone, I don't want to sit there and say, I don't think that's Suboxone drug. It sucks that I don't want it anymore. But I don't think about it as much. But again, it's not, it's not necessary. I don't, like I said earlier, if I'm going to get high, I'll get high. I don't need you to take it away from me. It's not going to trigger something. I understand like there's addiction comes in all forms, and I'm sad that I didn't recognize it as something like I feel sad that I get so upset with my parents because like I know that they're human too, and thank God they're not perfect. Thank fucking God my mom isn't perfect. Because I kind of thought she was, which is fine. I still look at her. She's still a sweet little angel, little lady, but she's got things that were going on that I had no idea. And it's like I think back to my grandparents, and they were warm and fuzzy people. My papa was, my grandma was definitely wasn't. And I realized that my mom, I thought she didn't have feelings. I thought nothing bothered her. I said that all the time. Nothing bothers her. She's the sweetest little lady. She's never even yelled at me. She asked me, how do you sleep at night? You ever sleep at night? That's fine. Have you ever slept at night? And I joked with her about that. Like, we joke about this whole situation now. Because I'm like, oh, you're this, and this. And she's nothing, Chris. But I'm like, it just blows my mind. But it's okay. The thing is, now, the funniest thing is now, like, as fucked up as it is, like, it brought me and my stepmother closer. Because I would call her and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I found out shit was going on there, and I'm like, man, what was I miss? Like, here I think it's me the whole time, and then these motherfuckers are just as fucked up as I thought they were. I'm like, they're so fucking weird. Like, these people have no, like, it's like you don't have any other, it's weird. They have, like, a certain thing they would do, and it would be, like, all the time. It's like, you really have other kids, but that's not important. It's not about me. But it's like, I'm like, wow. But they have this whole other secret thing that went on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, here I am over here thinking it's me all the time, and I'm the problem. And then I'm like, I've seen sides of people, I'm just like, wow. I really thought it was me the whole time, and then you motherfuckers are just fucked up with me. If I'm even fucked up, I'm just like, I just chose to not be around things that, like, if you're not interested in my life, what the fuck are you inviting me for? What am I here for? I don't really, it's like, in the other hand, I don't have a bad feeling, and with the feeling, it's just whatever. I told my mom, a long time ago, I said to my brother, you're not one of us. I'm going to kid him with somebody. Like, I love my little brother, and he's like, and I love his family, I love his wife and everything. But I just, I don't, it's just weird. It's not them, I don't go around anything. I really don't do anything. And I always say I'm too busy with this, and it kind of is that, because I can't get my head together to even get a show together without rambling on and on and on. But, like, things are changing. I keep trying to tell you about yesterday, but it keeps getting more weird. It's the same things I do all the time, except I could feel it this time. I could feel my hands were tingling. I felt like it. The mirror, I felt like I had my leg body. I could not feel my fingers. It's like they weren't there. And I know that I took off my nails just to take off your nail polish and stuff. I had no toenail polish on. And me and my cats later, and the cats were looking up. 2 different times I looked at the window and one of the cats was looking straight at it, like they were listening to what was being said. And I was like, I couldn't see the light codes when I closed my eyes. I was trying to focus on something, but I almost like out of body, like I almost left my body, and it always happens. I can't sleep in this house. When I'm inside, I don't sleep. I think I always thought it was me. When I'm outside, that's laying on the floor for like 5 minutes, I will literally almost feel like that. I almost leave my body. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to astral travel consciously. I don't like to be hot. I would say, like, don't ever, if I have a near-death experience or anything else, I don't want to remember. I don't want to be flying through the sky. I don't want to go past planets. That would freak me the fuck out. I'm afraid of heights, God damn it. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound fun to me. Oh, I'm flying in the air. Look at all the stars. I'm like, no, I wouldn't want that. I would think that I would definitely know I was dead. Because a lot of people will go, like, well, I didn't know I was dead. I'm like, how do you know you're dead? I need to understand. But then when I find out the people that leave your body on purpose in astral travel, they say it's an amazing feeling. They're like, to see different realms and different planes, like just to learn how things really work. And I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. I want to learn. I need to connect with my guides, right? I want to hear them. I want to see them. I know I'm seeing that person's weird things outside. I'm seeing probably my gnomes and stuff, because I always tell them all the time, I know you guys come to life. Okay, we do. And they don't ever move. And I'm telling you, the one that looks like Mr. Man, it's the funniest thing. I looked the other day, I was like, oh my God. One of my guides came through and said that he's been in my life. All of my cats now, if you hear the story on the show, all of my cats basically were in my life before, either as humans or they're on the ships with us and they're watching us. I'm like, what the holy shit? The 2 cats outside, that makes sense to me now. Their eyes make sense to me now. I'm gonna play it anyway. I don't care how late it is. Maybe I should have. What do you say? Maybe I should. That's what they said. They said I'm supposed to be doing that, and it's not. It's okay to be gospel channel. The lady was like, you worry way too much, they said. They said, you need to stop worrying about everything. And this is the weirdest thing. She said, everything's going to be okay. I said, what do you say that for? Like, why'd you just say, she said, everything's going to be fine. Don't tell me that. What's going to happen? And I'm thinking, like, I thought in the end something happened. And I was like, oh, that's got to be what she was talking about. I'm fine now. Child of divorce in the 80s, and here again, all back in 2025 again. Child of divorce again. But here we are, children of divorce again, on both sides. Whatever, man. And then it's like, half of us are like delusional, like it's not even happening. I'm like, people are weird, man. I'm just saying. Like, people are like, oh, it's your mom. I understand it's my mom and my dad. I love them to death. Like, Jesus Christ. Are we gonna pretend? I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about that. My brother. I should have a disclaimer out sometimes, because I don't want things to be said that I don't. And it's like, oh man, then it's like, here I am again, not saying how I feel. I'm like, no, it's not very briefly. It's just a thing. I'm just confused. I'm really fucking confused. And I'm not gonna get unconfused about it. It's not really I feel like I don't know. There's no unfucking it. It sucks. There's no unfucking it. So it is what it is. You feel this way, I feel that way. And I don't trust my mouth. So I need to either kill him, I just be completely fucking mute about things, or just like, it's been a year. I gotta shut the fuck up about it. That's not my problem. That's not even a problem anymore. I believe it's not. My problem is definitely it's that I feel like a loser. I feel like I'm doing my best. Oh, good enough. And I love you guys. I know that you give me encouragement, and this guy's telling me to stop worrying about that. Just do your thing. He's like, how long have you been doing this? For years. And I just got monetized perfectly, because it bothers me to have to worry about money, and I have to. I said, now I worry about that. He's like, don't stop. He's like, just do your goddamn self. And I'm like, and he's like, if you won't listen to anything I say, he's like, don't change. He's like, change the little twinkle. He's like, don't try to be somebody else. That's right. Like, here I am worried about what I'm saying, and I'm like, no, this is my stream. I welcome anybody else to say what they want. I feel bad as it hurts people's feelings, but it's like, I know I'm not always right. I know that, and I am well aware, and I'm so glad. I'm willing to take criticism. He says I didn't like it, but I do like it. But listen, this is the thing. Aaron knows this. You've got to tell me something, right? And just because I'm fighting you on it, I will definitely eventually know that you're right. But it takes me a while to process what you're saying to me, and then me to really unpack it and realize that is why I'm doing that. I really shouldn't do that. You know, like Irma's always right about everything she said. I've taken her advice on everything. It took me a while, but I've taken her advice since the day we started. Took all, you know, as much as I can't stand Adam and Jason, I took their advice. I've always taken their advice. They've always been right. Zach's always been right. It just takes me a while, guys. Like, you know, I didn't know podcast etiquette in the very beginning. I had to learn. But, you know, I still have an interest on them. And you know, I think I still haven't made me one, but neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Anybody that's watching, I appreciate you. I might actually jump on the true crime. I've not done true crime all week. I've done no true crime at all. And I'm dying because I don't know what's happening. And I kind of do. Thank you. I love you for saying that. And I hope that it's true. And I just want to be myself. I'm tired of not being myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so trying to be so perfect that it's not like, it's not working. It's stressing me the fuck out. I'm kind of obsessed with my, I make my, detox appointment Monday. I wouldn't have to tell him to do it up this time. He might not be there. He might be leaving Jonathan. I'm very upset about it. He's very good, but he's young, and he fixed me, and he's got to refix me. He's got to just like tune me up. It's gonna be the last time he's gonna be there, and I'm gonna need him to really do it. And I get lips again. I haven't had lips ever in my life. And I want to talk about the job lucky because I'm so mad at myself for doing it. I can't believe I listened to Bravo, man. I cannot believe I believed what happened. I was believing what City Winery said and Bravo that you had to have this to get in, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not going somewhere. I'm not going to be the only one not getting in New York. You know what I mean? So I got it. Nobody ever asked for it, and now I'm back being injured like Kansas. I don't know what's going on with Charlie Kirk. I'm out of the loop. And you know why? Because I had so much anxiety. And yesterday, okay, what's on? I keep starting to tell you guys. They were solar codes. I don't know if you guys know what light codes are, but I'll teach you. There was light codes and the solar codes. It's from October 16th and on. They're putting them into the atmosphere because they're pockets of information and for people's awareness, and it will work with your awareness. It's not anything that's going to just like hit you like that. We raised our vibration enough. I always say, like, we had to do this in a certain amount of time, and spoiler, we made it, we did it, we won. Like, we did it, we raised our vibration enough. There's a lot of hard work that went into that. Imagine coming into this planet. It was meant to be that all they do is fight. There's been a war going on for about 125 years because it makes the Democrats fucking money. Because we're money laundering fucking villains. The United States are villain motherfuckers. We are not nice people. We have been lying about every fucking word. I'm trying to get political, but it makes me very angry. I'm just glad that it's over. This piece they never saw this happen. I don't care what you say about him. I believe that he deserves credit for that. A lot of credit, but not just all of it. I'm just saying. It brokered peace, and I hope to God that this is there. And I want peace everywhere. I think this is not an or planet anymore. It's not me or you. It's me and you. Like, we can compromise. If there's things we need. Why do we have to blow them up to get it in line? Oh, we got to go look for, what was it? About the weapons stuff. Weapons of mass destruction. Fucking where? Think about it. Vietnam War, World War I, they lied about the technology that we just got back then and tried to screw with the moon and shit, and then we got taken away from it. It's like literally. And then we had to literally have abductions because we had to give them something back. Our destruction destroyed their planet with the nuclear weapons, and they couldn't procreate anymore. So that's why we have the alien weapons. That's part of the reason. And the other reason, according, this has been, verified through the past life progression. But a lot of the people, when they were getting abducted, they're actually that race, and actual doctor's appointments don't work. You know what I mean? Like, they need to be. It's like they would go over, it's like a checkup, and I was like, oh, well, that makes goddamn sense. And then I learned about starseeds and what starseeds were, and it's just like we volunteered to come. We're all of a higher vibration or a more advanced race, and we knew Earth was in trouble, and that's how much it's for your soul to come here. It's no other planet where it's like you're not like you incarnate here and you forget who you are. Now it sounds weird because we know who we are here, but to be honest with you, we're just avatars. We have avatar bodies. Our spirit and our consciousness is partly on the other side. When I say the other side, I mean whatever you believe in the afterlife. It can be whatever you want, but we're sources and it's different. Earth, I believe, I think every planet is stacked with like different dimensions. We're not in time or space. Like we're not like seeing the world like the flatter. I'm not trying to say. There I go. Earth. I don't think it's flat or round. It's not. It's just dimensional. I don't think if you go to space, I don't think you're to see anything. I don't think it's up there. I don't think there's anything up there. I mean, there's in a spiritual, in an ether sense, you can see the Earth. Like the Earth is supposed to be there, and the Moon and the Sun, and it's it's encapsulated because we're it's what's it called? Or so we're basically an experiment. Really, it's crazy. We were an experiment, and we're protected by that actually. When I first started listening to Dolores Cannon, she had mentioned that there was something around us that was protecting us, where like the beings were not allowed to use us for anything. They weren't allowed to come here for anything because we were like our race was evolving, and then something happened. They had hijacked our evolution in the 1900s. Our bodies are supposed to last to 1,000 years. We're supposed to be 1,000 years old, not 100. And they did that so they would keep coming back, and we could use us to build the civilizations, build structure. Back in 15,000 some years ago. Earth was created, and it was supposed to be, like I said, it's the type 1 civilization where you live off the land. Your money, your food, not your money, I'm sorry, your food, your water, your plant medicine, your lumber, your land. And it's an infinite amount of space because it's dimensional. It could be as big as you want it to be. I used to hear I hear some crazy things, but like yesterday apparently was the first day that like New Earth, like with the new Earth. I've heard about like this before, but I never see them. I tell myself all the time, like I tell the water that on the shower, I'm like to reverse my age to see if there's any disease in my body to get rid of it. And all kinds of stuff. And I've heard that like the water experiment where there's a scientist who had 2 glasses of water and he would write things on them and he wrote ugly on one and pretty on the other. And he would put these in the freezer and then see them the next day. And the things that would make like it would make if it called it pretty, it would make beautiful snowflakes. If you called the water ugly, it would make sad looking ones. I'm not kidding you. It's a real thing that's proven. Water has content. Everything has content. First off, everything is content. I used to feel guilty about throwing trash away. I have stuffed animals. That's different. Sometimes I don't throw away. That's because of Toy Story. But I believe everything seems to like everything is conscious and everything's not sentient, but it's conscious. There was a lady. She channels like she can channel my desk, so my desk is probably what it was. You sit too close to me. Weird stuff like that. My telescope. She said your telescope says you don't use it enough. I'm like, just sit there. Okay, that's fine. I never use it. And I don't know why. I look up the sky, but I think I saw a ship yesterday. I'm not kidding you. It was going really slow. It was the middle of the day, and it was right after she said, well, I went out in the sun, and I caught the sun. I'm telling you, the sun felt different. It was brighter, even though there's stuff in the sky. It was shining around. It was shining so bright. And I could look right at it. I could tell there was something over it because I used to never get. We wouldn't be able to look at the sun. And like when I say light codes, like upgrades for DNA and stuff. So I was saying, I want to stay here. I don't want to leave Earth. Like I want to stay in this dimension. I stay here with my husband. I want it in this radiation. I don't want to work on this. Like I'll build my forever here. No, and if again if heaven on Earth, I want to be able to be on the same dimension. And like, this whole time when I was like saying I wasn't dreaming, I had a dream last night that I remembered. And it was a normal one. It's like the first time in a long time. Like it's weird. I slept really good last night, and that never happened. I fell asleep at like 9:30. I didn't wake up till 2:30, which is I usually wake up a lot during the night. And George's like, you were asleep when I came up here. And I was like, oh my God, did you get the food? Because we had food delivered. I was like, I don't remember. Like it's weird. Like I always like feel like everything's always I have very OCD. So when I woke up and I realized I didn't know where I was, I was like, what happened? I fell asleep. It was like weird because I didn't plan on it. And so I had all this stuff to do, and I'm like, they're stressed out about nothing. There's nothing stressed about. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But me sleeping that long made me feel weird. It's weird. I wake up and it's so fucked up. I wake up and I think about what I have to do. I shouldn't do that. It then ends up keeping me up. I'll put Bravo on. I'll watch the show. Then I start stressing and it's getting later and I got to get up because I have to start at like 3:45. And I get up at that time anyway. I feel sleeping is a waste of my fucking time. Even though I get tired. I need to relax. I remember that somebody was like, you're in your yard, but you don't relax. You don't lay in the sun. I'm like, I know. I'm walking around. I'm aimlessly walking around my yard. I'm planting flowers. I'm with a freaking cat. Right in the years. And then you came around. Oh my God, when she came around, she came in my yard and I saw her. She had a color. I was like, oh, somebody's cat. So they roam around the leaves. Then she came back the next day and she would always lay on her back. It was a cute little thing. I'm like, oh, and then she came up to me and she did that next to me and she like looked up at me. I was like, oh God, I'm taking her to this. Number 5, babe. She's number 5. Give me number 5, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, No, you're number 4. Can you believe I'm 8? And then, Premiere. Fucking the other night, Saturday night, this all-white cat walks up the George outside. 2 all-white with 2 diamonds on his forehead. 2 diamonds. Tan diamonds. I don't know where she came from. She was so sweet. And then she left, and I was like, I need her. And then I saw her across the street the other day. I think she's here. I think she's at the princess. I think she's. All my cats, I think, incarnated here. Oh, hi, Rai. But this cat is. I'm telling you, she's Shiva. I don't know. Something about this. Like, come here, Mom. But she tried to come in my yard, but my cat hissed at her. Ella hissed at her. Stop. She's special. I can't have enough. I cannot have enough cats. I can't do it. But I think that she's. I don't know where she's from. I don't know if she's somebody's cat. She doesn't collar, but she's so gorgeous. She almost looks like no hair. What are you doing? Come here. She almost looks like she's a hairless cat. Where's she at, Mama? Can you see her like that? Right, it's here. Riley Marie, sweet Marie. Darling, it's either in heat or something's wrong with her. I might have to call the doctor because I'm getting really sick. You know how she's always with me? She's been in the kitchen for a week. I know she's in heat, but I pick her up and she'll cuddle with me, and then she'll run back there. I'm like, what is happening right now? And she was staring at me funny all over. I went down to get the latte. She was just looking at me, and it was like, I know she looks past me sometimes. She's trying to figure out what I'm saying to her. But she said, let me come with guides and guardians or explain to her what I'm saying. I tried to telepathy tell her too, but I'm just worried about her. She's with me every day now for 2 years. Where are you? This time she did this with our Riley's house. She stayed up on top of the sun cage for like 2 years now, 2 days. Hi, you're so fucking cute. She laying out, sees her head pop out. Come here. This like she's shaking my whole couch. All right, I don't know. I'm talking to anybody, but I know you guys are here. But I want to play that video. So good. I literally got all her books. I'm like, this is like how excited I was to have all Dolores' books and hear them all. That's how I feel about this girl. I love to hear people's past life regressions, especially when they go back to the land. All right, the thing with EA Atlas, there is 3 commanders on the one ship on this one, and it's like, and they're humans. But they were like, somebody had channeled the lady channeled, she's like asking where they're from and all, and they're like, we're just like laughing. They were laughing. They're like, we're just like you, except we're just doing a job up here. Like it's the secret space program. And I mean, it's not really run by the deep state anymore. It's the Fox Federation that they all moved over to that. But like, I've known about this for so long, so when I talk about it, it's like I know that, you know. But to see the ship, it's the AI Atlas, where it's at, and it's doing things that nobody ever like. The scientists don't know what to do with it, but for some reason they're fine. They know it's benevolent. They know what's on it. They know what was coming. And the thing is, they tried to like these things trolling us for so long. They tried to stop this for so long, but there was no stopping it. We were evolving no matter what. They just made it extra hard for us and made it go on longer than it had to. So that's why I say they hijacked our evolution, because they started putting meters on everything and making it impossible to live and be slaves. And then when you find out that they've been trying to kill you the whole time, it's like, what the fuck? I don't think you should see. I definitely don't think I should give back my 8 grand. I think you should fucking shove the 80 grand for motherfucking ass. Because you're goddamn villains, man. Then you learn about they lied to you about the Vietnam War, and that was a joke. They lied. And then they lied to you about World War I. They tricked you. They tricked us all. And then they kill your president, which was devastating to the country. Back, JFK. And then they try to do it fucking again. Last year, Butler. It's like, wow. They need to go. I'm talking about dead and stuff. They need to go. And they are. They're murderers. But we're also not that fucking great either. I mean, Trump is different. I know. I was very worried about that. I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to go back to Trump with Biden, but I've heard so many good things from people that have channeled or like that he is the last world. He is the last leader that we had to be our last president. That was always predicted. He's also going to be the world president. Nobody get mad at me. Let's not talk about world order. But when the Galactic Federation comes in, that's who we answer to. That's who they answer to. That's who they've been answering to since 1962. And they need to admit to it. And then they probably won't. And there's a timeline where you guys don't. If people don't want to hear it, they don't have to. But I just feel bad that they've been the Catholic religion. I can't believe they've done to it. I mean, Christianity is great, but they took that and they made it into demonized it. People are scared and living in fear all the time. I feel bad for people that still believe it. I'm like, I I said a couple years ago, I said, what my parents believe. I was thinking, I wonder if they believe in like what they believe. I know my mom's Catholic and all this. She might have changed her mind. I'm just curious, but it's the generation that I know is gonna have a hard time with it. If they're not already used to it. It's weird. My dad watches all the out and stuff, so he's probably excited, but like my other parents probably like, this wacky bitch. Here she is again. But hey, that's why I live my life over here and you live over there. You don't love me. You don't love me. Listen, it's the most peace I've ever had in my life, and I say that and as I complain about everything, but it's the most peace I've ever had about who I am and why I'm the way I am. It made a lot of sense now. My weirdness, but oh my god, it's fucking 10 o'clock. Oh god, it's 10:20. I never see this time. All right, guys, I love you. I'll watch it. If anybody's watching, I'll do that. And Instagram, I see afterwards. And nothing to say, I guess. Anybody want to talk to me like you? So we can say something. I appreciate it. Bless you. I might get a look over it. They go. Something's up with Willie. I don't know where he is. He has disappeared on us again. Willie's been missing for a week now. I say missing as like he hasn't called any of us over here. Us true crimers. And he still hasn't texted me. He usually texts me. He says something on live, but he hasn't on live there. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about. But all right. Anybody see Willie in the chat? Let me know. I'm gonna go. I haven't caught up on anything. I haven't caught up on it. I can't reach it. I haven't caught up on anything. I don't know why. And it's 2 days I haven't caught up. It's weird because a lot happens in 2 days. All right, guys. Appreciate you letting me talk. I am. We got to figure out how to do Spotify now, but we'll have to get through podcast. So geez. Love you. I'll post in there. I never watched I don't know how to end this. Guys, I gotta do it. I'm definitely doing my intro and my outro. I'm an asshole for it. I love you guys. You hang up for Switch. What are you doing? Why are you being so crazy?